Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing a recap of the Red Bull London tournament and experience. I'm going to go through the games of the grand final as well as share some of the funny stories and experiences that I had at the event. And then just a couple things right off the bat. This is going to be the last video talking about Red Bull things, so we're not milking it anymore. We're going to move on, but I did want to get this out there for the people that are curious. And second thing, I know the video is quite long, but I share a lot of behind the scenes things and behind the scenes information that people just never heard of before. Like even if you're at the event, you don't know most of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about because it happened in like the player room or it happened behind closed doors. And so it should be a very interesting watch. So throw it on in the background or just watch it and enjoy. I think it's more than interesting and more than fun to watch. At least I hope. And then real quick, I just want to share one last thing that I didn't get a chance to do it in the stream. So they actually took me on top of the Royal Albert Hall to do a photo shoot, which is absolutely amazing. I got such a nice view of London from on top of the Albert Hall. And I have a sword. Like, how many people can be on top of the Albert Hall with a sword? Like, I might be the first. And it's definitely a first for me. I'm never doing this again, which is crazy. I had such a good time. So I did a nice little photo shoot. I'll share some of the pictures here. This is a crazy view as well. It's a bit cringe, kind of, like, especially this one. Like, what the hell? I look kind of like a dumbass there with the sword waving it. But I embrace the cringe, honestly, and this is my favorite one. I think this one looks pretty cool, actually. But yeah, when I was doing these poses, people on the bottom were looking at me, and they were like, what the hell is this guy doing? With a sword on top of the Albert Hall. So yeah, definitely felt a bit self-conscious when I was waving it. But still, nonetheless, a great experience, and I really appreciate Red Bull for doing that for me. But anyway, with all that said, enjoy the stories, enjoy the games recap, and enjoy the video. I'll see you guys at the end of it. Peace. AoE2 broke an all-time high. It is an all-time high. Take a look at this. This is really, really cool, actually. So I'm going to open this image in a new tab. Perfect. I want to check this out real quick. So take a look at this, guys. All right, so this is from esports statistics on Age of Empires 2, and we broke an all-time high of 115,000, almost 116,000. And this puts us at, I think, 63rd in the world for games, which is ridiculous. And the previous all-time high was actually in 2022, 113,000, but that was boosted by COVID numbers. All right. And this is why they made the pandemic happen in the first place. It was a whole conspiracy to boost the numbers of Age of Empires 2. And then 4 years later, after the pandemic, we're breaking the records again, which is crazy. It's crazy that we're actually breaking the records that we had during lockdown. And like, if you look at the trend, look at this. So 2021 or like 2020, like from COVID, like 2019, we were down in the gutter, by the way. Holy, look at this. Look at what the hell were we doing back in 2019? Ain't nobody was watching. All right, so 2019, we got nothing. 2010, huge jump, right? 2021, we continued that. 2022, the peak. And then we start going downhill, you know? More people are just having a good time, leaving their house. You know, not me. I was staying inside, of course. We're just staying business as always. But a lot of people were leaving the house and kind of enjoying life. 2024, we come back with El Reinado, the other Red Bull tournament in Spain. That was a pretty good hit, but it wasn't anything crazy. 85,000 is really solid, but it's nothing crazy. We've broken those numbers, in 2022, although it was still quite solid, relatively speaking. 2025, no Red Bull. We have a huge dip. And then, boom, 2026, the new peak, which is super, super cool. I'm actually really stoked about that. So this is the last story that I have for you guys. This is a really good one. So before the last group stage match, Leary was playing against Viper, okay? And his match was starting in like 30 minutes. And what happens? He spills water on his keyboard, and his keyboard stops working immediately, all right? And keep in mind, this is a 12 or 13-year keyboard. So right away, I stood up, and I saluted the keyboard. Moment of silence. A fallen warrior. A general just fell in the battlefield. It fell as it lived, on Leary's desk with crumbs all over it. Absolutely filthy, this keyboard. But it died as it lived, and I respected that. So I stood up, salute, moment of silence, right 1 minute there, just standing by myself. Leary stood up as well. We paid our respects. But then we had a huge problem. Leary doesn't have a keyboard. He's playing Viper in 30 minutes. So what happens? He starts taking everyone else's keyboard around. Sebastian, what's going on, brother? Hey, nice keyboard. Mind if I take a look? Mind if I borrow it? Sebastian's like, yeah, no problem. He's not used to getting finessed, Not me, though. Leary asked me for my keyboard. I said, no way, Leary. No way. He's been taking my shit for years. He never gives that shit back. So I said, no, I have a strict, I do not lend to Leary policy. It's a strict policy. I'm not breaking that shit. I promise you, I'm never lending Leary anything. Leary's like, can I have a tissue? No, I don't have it. And I'll blow my nose right next to him. I'm not lending him anything, guys. That's just how it works. I've lent him like mice. I've lent him cables. I never see any of it back. So I don't lend him shit. Sebastian, nice, naive, very foolish guy, to be honest, gives Leary the keyboard, you know? Bless his heart. You know, Sebastian's got a good heart. But he lends Leary the keyboard. Leary starts fiddling around. It's not his style. He doesn't like it. All right? So he says, Sebastian spits on his keyboard, gives it back. This is not what I'm looking for. I'm just kidding. He doesn't do any of that. But he does give it back. It doesn't work for him. And he starts going around, and he notices that Puppy Paw, the AoE4 player that Illyri has never spoken to, has the exact same model from 13 years ago. It's crazy. Nobody has this keyboard except Puppy Paw. Now, Illyri has a huge problem here. He's never spoken to Puppy Paw, and Puppy Paw, quite frankly, doesn't really know Illyri exists. All right, that's the situation we're in. They've heard about each other. They don't know each other in the slightest. Not even like acquaintances. They've never even said, how was the weather in the elevator? They've never spoken. They don't know how each other looks like. And to be honest, Illyri, like Puppy Paw and Wham, two brothers, identical twins. So if Illyri had to pick one or the other, he can't tell the difference. They look the same. So Illyri's confused. He doesn't know which one it belongs to. He just knows that one of them has his keyboard and he needs it. He's got 30 minutes. So he starts sending out text messages left and right. Redbull, message Puppy Paw right now. I need his keyboard. I don't have a keyboard. My match is in 30 minutes. They start messaging him. They can't get a hold of Puppy Paw. This guy's like, he's like Batman, bro. You just can't, you have to put up a signal to get a hold of this guy. You just can't reach him. So they couldn't reach him in 30 minutes. And in the end, Illyri commits. I'm taking this keyboard. And I said, you just got to go for it, brother. I was encouraging him. I said, just take it and say sorry later. I said, take the keyboard. Illyri goes to take the keyboard. What happens is, Puppy Paw responds at the last second. I'm telling you, last second. Illyri was going to take the keyboard anyway. Puppy Paw responds, go ahead and have it. Take the keyboard. Illyri takes the keyboard, gets in there, and 3-0s Viper on Puppy Paw's keyboard. Nothing happened. He just 3-0s Viper. It's the cleanest set you've ever seen. He just 3-0s him with someone else's keyboard that he took last second. It was hilarious. Like, I couldn't believe it, to be honest. And the story continues. This is the part that I'm really mad about this part, to be honest. So then he gives back the keyboard, says thank you to Puppy Paw, and says, yo, I owe it to you. It was a cool moment. Puppy Paw's like, who are you? it was such a fun moment. So anyway, Illyri advances. It was a good clean sweep, but we still have a problem. Okay, Illyri still does not have a functioning keyboard. He can't keep bumming off this guy Puppy Paw. And so what he says is he's like, yo, Redbull, I don't have a keyboard. And then Redbull, as if they're just absolutely bawling. They say, no problem. We got a guy at the shop right now. He's buying you a fresh one. Which one do you want? I was so mad. I said, how can this guy Illyri keep getting freaking rewarded? He's taking my shit. He's borrowing it. Never gives it back. Then he just gets a free, fresh, brand new keyboard from 2026. The new edition for free from Redbull. I was so mad because he's had this keyboard for 13 years. And I've been telling him, Illyri, buy a new keyboard. Illyri, buy a new keyboard. Illyri, you're a professional player. Buy a new keyboard. For God's sake, it's like $150. Just buy a new keyboard. He said, no, I'm going to get one of these events. I'm going to get one for free. That's what he's telling me. This was years ago. Years ago, he's telling me this. And then it finally happened. Redbull bought him a new keyboard. And then immediately, Illyri's first thought, holy shit, I just got a fresh keyboard. Maybe I'll spill some water on my mouse as well. I said, Illyri, come on now. You're not going to do it twice, are you? And he said, listen, it is tempting, but I'm a man of morals. And he held back the urge to spill water on his mouse and get a free one. And then what happens is I look to my left, and who is it? It's Viper unboxing a fresh mouse. Viper got a free mouse from Redbull as well. At this point, I'm fuming. Left and right, my competitors are getting free shit from the host. Are you kidding me? Is this not corruption? Like, where's the tournament integrity? It's just, my opponents are just getting sponsored by the host. And I'm getting nothing. Like, how is this fair? So, yeah, dude, I'm actually kind of mad about that. Illyri gets a free keyboard. All right, and then the last thing I want to share, if I can, is I managed to take home the Armenians and Wu, which is the final game that I played in the finals. I got to take the civs, obviously, with me, which is really cool because the last Redbull, I also took home the last two civs. It was the Tatars against some shit that Viper had. Oh, yeah. And the last thing, I sent the trophy I sent the trophy to the Vitality Hive, to the Vitality headquarters in Paris. So for the first time ever, Vitality now has an Age of Empires 2 trophy in their headquarters, which I'm actually really proud of. I think that's really cool. So I think that's that's something to to feel good about. So yeah, a lot of good things came out of this event. And with all that said, I think we've rambled a lot. We're gonna obviously cut this down for the video, but with all that said, let's go ahead and hop into the games, shall we? So this is the first game from the finals. Again, no real crazy sets besides maybe the MBL one to review from before this. This is the one that makes sense to review. So I'm going to go through the games. I'm going to talk about what I was thinking, what was going through my mind. I did make a nice recap on Discord and Twitter after the finals, so some people have already read that. But it is nice to review the games. I haven't seen them myself from like my perspective. I've only like seen Aatrox's perspective. But yeah, let's go ahead and just cast them. Pretty much. So game one, it's Tatars versus Khitans, and what I'll try to do is I'll try to give you guys some background information here. So finally, I can tell the story. This Tatar strategy on Dorothea Quarry in the Vitality Bootcamp, I played against Hearts. I had Tatars. I swear to God, 12 games straight. He tried Persians. He tried Georgians. He tried all the good civs. I beat Hart 12-0 in the bootcamp. We played for 6 hours. It might have been even 15-0. It was at 12 or 15-0 with the Tatars on this map. I never dropped a single game doing largely the same strategy. But this is the cool part. Leary knew about that strategy as well. And so he comes up with the perfect counter. So he goes with the Khitans. Now at this point, I'm thinking, you know what? In the practice games against Hart, I opened stable. Let me change things up and open range to try to catch Leary off guard. This is really important to do because when you're playing against a teammate, he knows what you're going to do. So you're trying to switch it up last minute to try to catch him off guard and make him think. So that's what I'm trying to do here with the range opening. So I'm opening range and I'm going for... I'm going for archers plus a spear, trying to fully wall my base. The reason I'm doing this is to avoid the Khitan's full feudal. By the way, I just want to say this. Look at the lumber camps from Leary. Beautiful, right? This one's okay. This one's great. This one's great. What the hell are my lumber camps? The hell is this? The hell is this? I had like one usable lumber camp. Game one of the grand finals. It's no big deal. It's only the biggest tournament I've ever played in my entire life in front of 3,000 people in the Royal Albert Hall. And those are my lumber camps? Are you freaking serious? I was so mad at this point. But obviously in my mind, I'm like, I have nothing to do. I'm just going to try to like make the best out of it. So I take 2 villas off here. I start sending them, take them off, start walling with them. But anyway, it was a tough thing to look at. But Leary opens up with some pressure. So I want to wall up. That's the Tatar strategy. The main idea with Tatars on this map is that I'm trying to go cav archers and take advantage of the extra damage from the hill. Leary comes in. He kills the scout, but I do a good job of not letting him kill a villager. Leary does a good job of not dying to the scouts as well. So he was actually playing really well right now. He pretty much takes 0 unnecessary hits against the spears with me actively microing them, which is very impressive. He starts following up with some skirms. We're obviously very close to each other, which is bad for me. That's good for the Khitan player. And so far, I would say it's advantage Leary, but nothing crazy has happened. Although, dude, this guy sucks. He's got 2 minutes of idle TC time. No, 50 seconds. 2 villagers worth of idle TC time. But I guess he did that to just pressure me, which worked to some extent. Like, he got good pressure off in the early game. But like I said, it doesn't really kill any villagers. So I'm feeling pretty good at this point in time. I don't think this is a huge problem. I stopped making archers right now because the plan is to go for the cav archers. And in my testing, going archers is not really the play because then you're just stuck on an inferior unit. Whereas if you go cav archers, you just have a really strong unit. Anyway, I get a nice little trap here. I kill the scout. This scout's gonna die. And man, I'm feeling good. I go stable to push back the skirms. He lures me a couple deers, which I'm pretty happy about. And now I'm just going to go market and try to click up. So this is all according to the plan. This is exactly what I set out to do. So this is like, right now it's like, I'm feeling great. Leary clicks up faster though. Does a bit better of a job managing his economy. He also goes for a dock in the center, which no doubt, counts for a little bit of a boost. I'm trying to counterplay him now. But I try to go for a Vil kill. He defends beautifully. Vil's on 1 HP. I'm pretty salty. I try to sneak attack on the right side, but I get spotted by the dock, so he knows about this army. In hindsight, I think I should have went back and waited, because this army has to wait until Bodkin Arrow, plus Thumb Ring, which I get for free with Tatars. But this is actually really cool. So I'm telling you guys, I should have went back here and just waited here. And Leary brings a fishing ship to scout here. So Leary brings a fishing ship to cover the correct play that I should have done but didn't do. How crazy is that? Such a small thing. Just show you the level of the grand finals here. I made a mistake. I should have waited here. And Leary scouts there to make sure I'm not there. That's ridiculous. So even if I did the correct play, I would have still got punished from Leary, which is insane. But yeah, I just move around here with the archers. I'm trying to find a nice little flank, but obviously Leary knows about it. He's just camping out. He's watching, all sides. He's making more scouts, so he's not going to get caught off guard by this at all. And as I come in, I realize, oh shit, I should have waited. Let's just make the best out of it. And at this point, I know that for sure I will get cleaned up because, yeah, he knows where I'm at, so. Not much to do, but at the same time, I'm also, with the scout trying to clear some of the skirms. He brings a spear. So at this point, he's kind of covering all my options. And, I don't know. I felt like I did an okay job. Obviously, the archers don't get really any value. But I did an okay job getting to Castle Age. I'm now on 3 ranges. And here's the plan. My plan was you go 3 range cav archers all in. As soon as I hit Castle Age. And then I also start going for the center to take the oysters with villagers. And then once I win the water, I'm going to also start taking the oysters with fishing ships. And then potentially also the deep sea fish. That was the main plan. And it's really good. It's a really good plan. But what happens is, and this is something really cool, Leary goes Elite Skirm to just beat the cav archers. And that was really solid. And then he also is Kitans. And he's got light cav with forging. And that counts for +2. And the fun thing is, about +2 from the dock, is that Hulks with +2 attack are really strong against my Hulks. So in a second, I'm going to make Hulks, so from the water, the new unit. And he's going to make even stronger ones because he's the Kitans. So the Kitans will now hard pressure me on land. And they're going to win the water against me. And there's nothing much I can do about that. So he goes for heavy skirms. Pushes away my my cav archers. I respond with knights, which is very logical. And then he immediately responds with camels. So take a look at how good his strategy was to counter my strategy. And this is exactly why it's bad for me to repeat a strategy against a teammate. And this is the hard part about facing a teammate in a finals. And I do it to Leary as well. We both know each other's strengths and weaknesses and our strategies. And so he's able to come up with counters. And I tried to mix it up with the range opening, but in the end it wasn't enough. I'm microing a little bit here. That was actually a really good fight for me. I sniped the camel. I've got the couple knights, still alive. Oh, it's a really good fight, actually. But he ends up going back. Mika Moki donated $10, by the way. He says hello from Budapest. Hello, my friend. Thank you so much for the support. I'm watching from Budapest. Love to see it. And so here, like, I'm microing pretty well, but so is he. There's not really much I can do. Like, I feel like I've just been out-civved here, out-strategized. And as you can see, his Hulk's gonna come out, and it's gonna just send my Hulk to school. Like, it's gonna freaking destroy my Hulk. And I'm taking some arrow fire. And the villagers I have here, I forgot about his Hulks having more attack. So my Hulks would never win here. As you can see, his Hulk is really strong with that +2 attack. It's 4+2 versus 4+0. So I try to go like fire ships and whatever else I can do to try to survive. But he's able to win on water and he's winning on land. And so the combination of those two things just makes this game completely unplayable for me. And the best part is the Kitans were like kind of a late pick on his draft. And so I think he did very well. I think he did very, very well to counter pick me with a late pick. At this point, I'm desperate. My gold ran out. This gold is like borderline bugged near my wood. So I have to go to the center and yeah, just look. His Hulk's just kicking my ass. I killed the first one, but like, this is just nasty, You don't have to be an expert in Age of Empires to realize how nasty this is for my villagers right now. And of course, Leary just goes in. He clinches the villagers, so the Maginot's less effective. I still kill it, which is okay. Again, I'm holding on. I'm not even playing bad, per se. Sends a camel. I make a galley for some reason to try to counter the Hulks, because I realize I can't win without it. And at this point, I am just completely cooked. Gold cannot be taken. The camel's killing my villagers. The Hulk is destroying my ships and my villagers. And then up top, it's not much better. We take a fight, and he actually ends up winning it. They're going even. So I call the game. GG, Leary takes game 1. And that was a beautiful game from him. It was a really good strategy. Great counter pick to my Tatars. I think he played exactly what he had to play. And honestly, if you think about how the map should be played, I think it's a lot closer to how he played it with Khitans and how I played it with Tatars. So my strategy here, despite, again, being very good in the boot camp, like for day 1, I joked with Hart. I told him I want this to be a day 1 strategy. And he told me, he said, Hera, that's a day 1 strategy. You're trying to use it on day 3. This is in day 3. It's not going to work. Hart was telling me, don't use that strategy. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. And in the end, I don't want to say Hart was right, but Hart might have been right. I think the strategy was good. I think it was a good approach with the Tatars, but I think it's easily counterable after watching the Khitans here. Like, I just don't feel like there was anything I can really do at any point this game to give me an advantage, let alone win the game. Let's hop into the game. I'll talk you guys through why I think Turks was good on this map and why I think it didn't work out in this finals. Now, the first thing you have to understand here is that the Way is one of the best tips on this map. Like, we've seen the Way time and time again on the ladder. And it was like Winchester abused them. ACCM was playing them plenty on this map, although he's playing mostly Koreans, but mostly Winchester and some others going crazy here with the Way. And it was a tough sift to find an answer to. Now, I do want to give a little backstory. In practice, my counter to the Way, you know what it was? You'll never guess it. It was the Poles. The Poles was one of the few civilizations that could keep up economically with the Way. So the Way get extra villagers, but the Poles get the crazy full work farms. And the Poles can also go crazy with really cheap knights and castles through the center to, you know, control the gold and to control the middle of the map. So Poles was my counter to the Way on this map. And obviously he picked the Way early, so I wanted to pick the Poles. That was like my plan going in. What happens? He bans the Poles because he knew that I like the Poles. And this is, again, the problem with playing a teammate in the finals. So now I'm screwed twice. And this is obviously all credit to Leary, by the way, because he has this information, but he has to make use of it. So he bans the Poles, and then he counters my Tatars. So at this point, my preparation is garbage. But let me tell you about this Turks pick. So while we start the game, the reason why I felt like Turks were really good on this map, and again, not to the same level as the Way. The Way is obviously the best civ. But the Turks is a nice anti-meta pick for a few reasons. Number one, you get off to a nice start with extra gold coming in, which lets me actually only need 3 on gold for my archer range opening. Also, with the follow-up with the stable, you also get, here it is, you also get the free Pierce armor on the scouts. So in theory, those 2 bonuses combined actually leads to a decent early game. And actually, I'm just watching. Leary did something really smart. He actually did not greed and try to get horse collar. Oh, that's why he was so strong. He really skipped horse collar. That's why he was so strong in the opening. Wow. I'm not gonna lie. This is so smart. This is literally so smart. Every other player in practice got horse collar, so I was able to abuse them in the early game with the Turks or with other civilizations. That was the whole point. That was the whole point of how to beat Way. You just get something that gets a little bit in the early game so you can actually beat them in the early. But then Leary just didn't get horse collar. And horse collar in this case does nothing right now, but it gives him an extra vill. And everyone in practice goes for horse collar with the Way to get that extra villager early. But Leary decides to skip the horse collar, only gets Bidax like me. And so now we're on equal footing, and he has only 1 extra villager. But that gives him a lot more army. And this is such a big deal because this lets him make a scout. So for those watching right now that have no idea what I'm talking about, basically, if he got horse collar, he wouldn't be able to make the scout. And if he's not able to make the scout right now, with armor right now, I would beat him in this early game. How crazy is that? I didn't know in the finals. This is crazy for me to watch even. So really well played there from Leary. But yeah, the point is with the Turks, I'm able to get off to a nice start with the archers into scouts. This is supposed to be better for me. And it kind of is. I lose 3 archers there, but I kill 2 archers and a scout. Right away, I'm going to move across the map. I've got 2 scouts. I'm feeling pretty good. But again, because he skipped horse collar, he now has equal numbers of scouts. And so I'm not really able to get the initiative that I really wanted. Someone wants more volume. Yes, no problem. Let me do that for you. Sound. Just put everything up a little bit. All right, hopefully that's a bit better. There we go. So yeah, that was it intentional? Did he forget? No, this is almost certainly intentional because Leary values a lot the early game. So yeah, really good read from him there. So again, against all the players in practice, I was able to get a nice aggressive approach here with the Turks. But against Leary, I wasn't able to find it, and now I know why. So yeah, the point of the Turks is that you're supposed to get a nice advantage in the early game, and then from that advantage, you go for heavy Cav Archer play in Castle Age, and then you play like 2-3 town centers, and you try to get to a faster imp with chemistry right away. And with chemistry right away, you can make cannons right away, and you can win the center so fast with Cav Archers. And then Turks scale really quickly with free Hussar upgrade, and then potentially heavy camel if you need it to support the Cav Archers. So in theory, the Turks are actually insane here as a civilization, and especially for how low on the draft that I was able to get them, right? It was like a last pick for me against the first pick. But in theory, the Turks have a good chance to win here. Unfortunately, though, and again, brilliant play from Leary, due to him skipping that horse collar and not playing greedy, I never found any momentum in this early game. And again, I can't really commit more than this because I already see him walling. So I didn't want to go like full scouts or whatnot. So I just go only a little bit of archers, a little bit of scouts, try to pressure him. Nothing really comes of it. And then I have a forward gold, which makes things a little rough. So we're going to take kind of a bad fight here. This is a big mistake for me. I thought with the spearman I can take it. I think I got one hit with the spear, which is okay. And it ends up being an okay fight. But the problem is I lose my archers, and that's a huge issue, actually. So I win the fight, kind of, like it's an even trade. And this wolf is so annoying. But now, as I run away, he makes a 1 scout. And this 1 scout makes it so he can actually chase down my archers. Oh, but wait, I stick around. Okay, that's a big mistake, actually. I should have went back here. I think my reasoning was I'm not going to upgrade the archers anyway, so it's okay if I lose them. But to be fair, sticking around here is really greedy. And I guess I just didn't expect that scout. But yeah, that scout comes in. He's able to chase me down. And that's like the beginning of the end for me. So if you just watch what happens, I just get chased down. I'm trying to kite, but like, you know, I'm just losing archer after archer. And so at this point, I'm like, shit. I lost all my archers. And I'm like, okay, maybe I tower my gold, but it's too late, so I just abandon it. And now I'm in such a bad position because I'm losing my gold and I'm going 3-range Cav Archers. I'm still making archer here. That's a big mistake. I think I want to go crossbows, but it's just a bit of indecision. And so, okay, no problem. I go to the back gold. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to survive, let's say. But he gets the faster castle age. And at this point, it's really hard. So I decided to go crossbows in the end anyway, which is just like so much indecision for me. I just feel like I can't survive without going crossbows. And it doesn't really help. So he goes behind this. He goes for a fast university. Also, this group of 4 archers. You know why this is open? You know why I opened this hole? You know freaking why? Let me show you why. This is hilarious, by the way. I'm so mad. Look at this shit. I'm bringing in my livestock from the top. I'm bringing in some freaking sheep. And so I see them coming this way. I delete the wall for them. I delete the wall. Okay. Hold on, it's coming. Just to bring them in. And look, all of them go around. One goes in through here and the rest go around anyway. It makes me want to smash my freaking head against the wall. They go around anyways. And then this hole, it's Fort Knox back here. Everything's walled. It's Fort Knox. You can't get in. And then I delete this hole. Or delete this palisade. And I forget to plug it in because I got Leary knocking on my door here. And to be honest, he's yelling crazy shit from across the wall. Open up. I'm coming in with a freaking a scout with no legs. I got 4 archers on a wheelchair. They got no HP. He was talking crazy, but I still want to fight. It was Leary just war cries from outside my wall. So I have to fight him here. And then meanwhile, he comes in with 4 fresh reinforcements from the top. And I let him into my base. And that's completely GG. At this point, the game is still playable. I'm holding. But these guys come in and it's instantly GG. I'm just not ready for it. Yeah, that's so rough, right? He just kills so many vills. Okay, so at this point, I clear this up, but I know I'm dead. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to just go all in, so I can at least get back in the series somehow. So I go for a Talent Center out here, but that's actually the first step to my all in, because I need wood, so I just go out here to set up wood. And then from there, I'm like, okay, let's go for like a lot of army. But the issue is, I want to play a lot of army, but I'm playing from so far behind. So I'm clearing this, but then right away, he's got the next pressure on the front with the crossbows and siege, right? And someone's in the chat asking why are the lumber so far from the trees. That's just because of how messy this map is and how little woodlands you get initially. So that's why I have to go to the top. So again, take a nice, nasty shot there. Not my best moment. I'm really just not playing the best this game. I don't really know what to say. Like, I don't really have any excuse for it. It was really just like non-stop Leary pressure. Like, I haven't gotten a single break this game. Like, this guy's at the back of my base. My front's getting pressured constantly. It was absolutely insane. So yeah, just really good pressure from him. I kind of made a mistake, I think, just not like towering the gold or something. But at the same time, you know, you think you can get away from that or come back from a mistake like that, but it was just not possible. Leary's micro is too clean. So at this point, I know I'm dead, but I decided to stick in the set a bit more because I want to warm up. I told myself, I'm going down 0-2. I don't want to go down 0-3. I want to use this game to warm up. My Turks pick failed. I lost away. It was his best civ. I'm not too unhappy about that, but I just need to warm up to make sure I don't get snowballed. Because what happens is, and you can ask Viper, if you're not careful, you can get 4 or 5-0'd in one of these Empire War sets really fast. All right? And I say Viper, but truthfully, you can ask Sebastian as well. And maybe you could have asked me as well, because I'm just getting pwned at this point. Look at this shit. I'm just getting destroyed. Like, that was ridiculous. That fight was so bad for me. But anyway, I just drag it on. Like, this is I'm completely dead. This is like ACCM levels at this point. But like, I'm not trying to tire Leary out, because I don't believe he gets tired like that. Oh my goodness, dude, this is ridiculous. Look how much pressure he's playing with, though. And this is why I think people like really put some respect on Leary's name, because yeah, this is crazy. Like, I'm trying my best here, but like behind this, I'm getting destroyed as well. It's not easy at all. But yeah, so I'm not trying to tire Leary out. I'm mostly just trying to warm up myself. So yeah, I'm getting destroyed. We can kind of fast forward through this next part because I'm completely defeated at this point. A little technical pause as well there. I was thinking of resigning during the technical pause, but I decided I wanted to play a bit more still. So at this point, I'm just playing, warming up, trying to micro. I'm getting raided left and right. I know I'm completely dead. We can basically just ×8 this, or ×4 it. And yeah, not really much else for me to say. Like, playing Turks from behind is painful because you don't get the lead skirmisher, so you have basically no comeback mechanic as soon as you lose your main gold. And so here I just decided to counterattack. I said, you know what? Let me take 3 of my best men and attack Leary just to remember how it feels to kill one of Leary's villagers. Look, the KD is 38-1. 38-2 eco KD now. Finally, it's the second villager I've killed all series, basically. So at this point, I was like, yeah, let's just counterattack, get some micro in. Like, I just want to play the game. I want to feel like I'm playing the game somewhat. Because at this point, yeah, it just didn't feel too good. Not the fact that I'm down 0-2, but just like I lost every fight, you know, I'm just getting clobbered. And so I'm just going in. I felt kind of cheeky here because I'm looking at these guys 100% until this moment, and now there's nothing to look at anymore. But yeah, like as soon as he hits Imp, there's just nothing to do, and the game is over. So I just call it. So he goes up 2-0, and at this point, you know, it is pretty much the dream start for Leary, right? He like wins with one of his counter picks. He wins with his good civ. He's doing everything he has got to do, and he's doing it in his style. So he's doing it with early aggression, with non-stop pressure. And he also has, like, you know, the crowd support. The crowd at this point was going crazy, supporting Leary, you know, as they should. It was great to see in hindsight, of course. In the moment, I'm like, you know, there's a lot of pressure against me, obviously, because now I'm down 2-0. I had to really focus. But in hindsight, really cool to see the crowd supporting him. He was, feeling really good. He's up 2-0. And he didn't really make any mistakes. Like, just start to finish clean games. Yeah, it was. Okay, so before I show you guys this next game, I want to talk a little bit about how I'm feeling. Hera, congratulations on the win. Thank you so much, Butcher. Good to see you, buddy. And thank you, Wololo, for gifting a sub to Drogba. And everyone else who's subscribing and donating here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it on both Twitch and YouTube. Thank you so much. I want to talk a little bit about this Ethiopians pick here. So, a little bit of a backstory. Leary once again practiced this Ethiopians build, this exact matchup. He told me after the finals, he practiced Cumans and Ethiopians on this map multiple times. And he told me that the only way Ethiopians win is if they open skirms into scouts into Castle Age. But that's the most unnatural Ethiopians opening ever, is it not? Like, am I wrong here, chat? But that's the only way to win. And I obviously don't do that because I practice Ethiopians here. Not against Cumans, but I practice Ethiopians here. And I played them as an archers and scouts civ. That was how I played Ethiopians. And to be honest, that's how Grubby plays them. So, no, I'm kidding. I'm not following Grubby, but shout out Grubby though. It is his pick. But that's how Ethiopians are played. Archers into scouts. That's like their forte. So that's what I do. And this is actually one of my best civs. So now I don't want to go down 0-3. Thank you all users and NicoWis for the 10 gifted. I really appreciate it. The support is crazy online here. But after this game, let me tell you something about the support in person. I'm gonna quickly talk about that as well. But it's after this game. Because at this point, the crowd was supporting Leary, the underdog, going in. But at this point, Leary's 2-0. The crowd is feeling it, But this is really the deciding game. Let's say, for the crowd kind of shifting the momentum towards my side, because nobody in the crowd wanted to see me go down 0-5. They wanted to see a show, a finals worthy of the Royal Albert Hall. They didn't want to see anybody getting 5-0'd. There was a worry that Leary would get 5-0'd, and then they see Leary going up 2-0, against me, which is the favorite and the defending champion. All of a sudden now the crowd is like, oh shit, if Leary goes 3-0, what if Hera gets 5-0'd, So we'll talk about that at the end of the game, but in my perspective here, so going back to my perspective, I picked Ethiopians here. I considered this to be one of my best civs. So I'm trying to get a point back. Cumans, though, are also one of Leary's best civs. But here's the thing. I picked Ethiopians in the draft faster than he picked Cumans. So I picked Ethiopians. Next rotation, he takes Cumans. So I could have taken Cumans if my preparation was a bit better. So this is my fault. And by the way, Cumans and Empire Wars don't suck absolute ass. It is worth mentioning this. On random map, they're horrible because they're played more as like a 2TC defensive civ. But on Empire Wars, they're actually really good because you go instant double range because they cost only 100 per range. So you make instant double range. It's a very aggressive civilization. Ethiopians, I go for 2 ranges, but they're a bit slower. So I have less army than him. Now he's pushing me back. But at this point, I'm feeling okay. I'm playing with defender's advantage. Now I'm starting to push him back. I got that extra spear. I'm feeling good about this. Yeah, I start pressuring him. And I actually win the first fight, which is really huge. So it's a mistake on his end and a good punish on my end. And so finally, I'm getting there's a first positive trade that I've taken against Leary. All tournament, basically. This is the first time we faced in the finals. But he was ready for this. He already has 3 skirmishers. No problem. I'm ready for this as well. I have my stable. At this point, I'm feeling really good. Because my stable's perfect time. I'm going to have it to counter the skirms. But he's got that spear, so he knows I have a stable as well. Again, he doesn't scout the stable. I didn't scout his skirmishers. We don't know what each other's doing, but we still know what each other's doing. You know what I mean? That's just high-level Age of Empires. You know what the other guy's doing without scouting it. So here he's pressuring me, and I see the 1 spear, so I decide to wait till I get 2 or 3 scouts. And this is where I think I make the mistake. So I should have made 3 scouts right away with forging right away. But I had it was like the devil whispering to me. I swear to God, it was like I knew I had to do forging, and then the devil whispered to me, Hera, go Castle Age. And I'm just like, ooh, Castle Age, crossbow, bodkin, bowsaw, extra town centers. I was so tempted by the idea. The devil was telling me exactly what I wanted to hear. go Castle Age. All the good stuff's there. I said, oh, it sounds so good. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm trying to go Castle Age. So I make the minimum scouts. So I make 3 scouts, and I even hesitated on the 3rd. And I don't go for foraging right away. I go for it later. And this ends up being a huge mistake, because this is the one moment of the game right here where I'm actually stronger than my opponent. Right here, like literally right here. If I have foraging already done, I can actually win this fight and win the game immediately. And some of the chat said it was not the devil, it was Viper. It could have been Viper, I swear to God. They sound the same in my head. So regardless who it was, me skipping foraging was such a big mistake. It was such a big mistake. Like, if I have foraging here, I take this fight easily. I win it easily. And I don't win the game, but I win this whole thing. Like, this gets pushed back, and the game just looks completely different. But what happens is, because I don't have foraging, my scouts can't kill the scrims fast enough. And so as I engage, and if I do, I don't remember exactly what happens. But, like, it's just not the most powerful engagement right now. So I go in for it. Scouts in the front. And again, I hesitate before making the 4th scout even. It should have already been here, but I hesitated. So I actually killed the spear. Frame perfect shot on the spear, but my scouts are not killing the scrims fast enough. So now my archers can't really fight. I can't go in close. He dodges my shot there, though. That was beautiful from Leary. Oh, that was actually really, really good. Let's watch that again, by the way. I think everyone missed that. Watch this again. Look at this. Look at this. The level that Leary had. Look at this. So I go in. My archers have to hit his archers. Look at this. He moves 1 archer. Did you guys see that? Look at this. I'm moving in. I'm targeting this 1 archer. He knows I'm targeting it because it's the closest to him. He moves just the 1 archer to dodge my entire volley. That's crazy. And so that's just like what I'm playing against, right? Like, he's such a good player. And then he's just killing my scouts. I don't have foraging. Again, it's coming late. It's like the dad that shows up to pick up his son from daycare, but it's like 7 p.m. Daycare finished 3 hours ago. You know, it's not good enough. You got to be there on time. Same thing for foraging. And now the whole game just ends because I lost the window where I'm stronger. And now from here on out, he's always going to be stronger than me because he has bloodlines and I don't. So now I'm trying. I still realize I have to go full feudal. At this point, the Castle Age idea is out the window, so I adapt for the 2nd stable. This is no longer part of the plan. I'm just trying to survive. And I'm feeling really bad because I just feel like, damn, I can't believe I'm losing with Ethiopians here. I still think I have somewhat of a chance here, though. I don't realize how bad the situation is. I think maybe I can outmass him and take a good fight. My archers fire faster. And I felt okay about this trade. But in the end, like, I can never actually kill his entire army. I can only trade against it, which is just not good enough. Because while we're trading, he's ramming down every building. And so at this point, the game is over. He wins the game. The ram is getting too much value. I have to continue making ranges. I lost the range on the front. My production's completely, cut off. And my scouts don't have bloodlines. So every fight, I'm down 20 HP per scout. Which actually makes me rush the engagements. Like, right now, I take this fight. And it's not a good fight, but I have to take it. Because the more scouts he has, the better the fights are. So I'm trying to trade the scouts before he gets a big pile. But even still, it's just not good enough. Why didn't I kill the ram with the scouts? Killing the ram would be the worst thing I can do. You know why? Because if I start hitting the ram, he just kills my scouts. And even if the ram dies, which it won't, he'll just run it back into his archers. But even if it dies, he can just make another one, and then I'd lose all my army. And he doesn't need the ram. If I lose my army, he just walks into my base anyway. So the ram here is really just something I can never kill. The only thing I can do to the ram is hit it with my archers. But if I do that, he's just going to engage my archers anyway. Defensive tower could have helped. I should have done it here. But again, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, that's maybe a mistake. But I don't really think it changes the situation. Because if I tower this, he can just go around. And yeah, at this point, I can't really believe what's going on. Like, I'm down 0-3. This is one of my better civs, so I'm feeling pretty bad about that. And I genuinely think I can get 5-0'd here. Why not send the Bills to kill the ram? Same reason. If I send the Bills to kill the ram, he moves back the ram and kills the Bills. Like, did you watch what happened with that one archer that he moved? He would just do the exact same thing with the ram. Move the one ram and use the archers to kill, all the shit that's going after him. Yeah, it looks like it's just like, oh, Hera, just kill the ram. Because yeah, it does look weird. Like, to be honest with you, it does look weird. How can Hera not kill one ram? But then when you think about how high-level Age of Empires works, you realize I'm not touching that ram. So yeah, GG. Leary takes the win. He's now 3-0 up in the biggest grand finals of his life, of my life as well. And at this point, I'm genuinely thinking I can get 5-0'd. Like, I'm looking at the civs. I'm like, okay, I haven't used all of my good civs yet. But, like, I'm at a really big risk of getting 5-0'd. But here's where it really switches, okay? At this point, like, so again, going into the finals, to be honest, this is the way I see it. I didn't interview every person in the crowd, so I don't know for sure. In general, I would say that I have more fans than Leary because I'm a streamer. I put more content out there. People know more about me. So in general, I have more fans than Leary. And someone in the chat said it switches when Aatrox sends you the message. Not entirely, because he actually sent me the message. Oh yeah, he did send me the message at 03. That is true. Aatrox did send me the message now. That was part of it. Aatrox was watching. I had to put on a show, you know? But yeah, in general, I have more fans than Leary. But what happens is a lot of my fans, they cheer for the underdog anyways. And they tell me this, by the way. They cheer for the underdog because they just like to see, number one, they want to see a long finals. And number two, they want to see another winner, you know, even though they're fans of mine. However, when I was down 0-3, the whole energy shifted. I promise you that. They cheered for Leary after he won, for sure. But then right afterwards, as we're setting up the next game, I hear someone in the front row. He says, "Let's go, Hera." And I wave to him. And then someone else says, "Go." And I wave to him. And then everyone starts clapping for me. I've never seen this. Everyone starts cheering, clapping. And they're saying, like, "Let's go, Hera. Come on, lock in." And so at this point, I'm like, holy shit. Like, I'm down 0-3. But the crowd is actually supporting me despite there not being a win on the table for me, which felt really good. Like, that was actually really nice for me to witness and for me to have happen, because that's never happened to me before. So at this point, I'm feeling better with the crowd, you know, supporting me. I was like, yo, that's crazy. It's like some anime shit. You know, I'm down 0-3, but the crowd is like trying to support me, get me back in the sets. And yeah, definitely made me feel a bit emotional. I didn't start crying or anything, but I felt really good about that. And this is really cool because he's actually trying some anti-meta here. So going into game 4. And again, this is after the Aatrox message. This is after my wife sending me a message as well. Marine Lord sent me a message as well. The crowd starting to support me here. I just felt like I had so many people actually behind me. Like, and I've never really felt that because, again, despite having a lot of fans, I don't really have people that cheer for me actively just because I'm like the dominant champion. Like, I just have a large target on my back. You know, it's hard to say anything different. Like, that's just exactly what the situation is. But at this point, nobody wanted to see me go down 5-0 or 0-5. And so now, you know, I'm starting to get the energy from the crowd and from all those people. And so I say, okay, let's see what I can do. And so here, I open with my best civ. And let me give you some context for the game. So what we discovered, and this is something that you don't really see, because it was all discovered in practice. So it was Mr. Yo who discovered it. Basically, if you just go 2 docks and you go galley opening plus like 1 Hulk, the other guy can never pass with army. So it's a really good defensive opening. And then you go for a really strong unit on land afterwards. All right. So before that, the meta on this map was all in aggression on land. So you go all in aggression like in feudal age. So like archers, scouts, and you just flood into your opponent. Sorry, a little bit of a breather because I've just been talking a lot. Okay. Couple more seconds. All right, cool. So that's like the meta, right? So the meta is full feudal, but Mr. Yo in practice changed the meta by going for this dock approach. And he beat me in practice. Then I used the same thing against Leary. I beat him. And then Mr. Yo did the same thing against Viper, but he has no hands. So when he did it against Viper in the real game, in the real tournament, he lost anyway. Viper just ran through, and Mr. Yo had no hands, and he fumbled it, which is hilarious. I made fun of him so much afterwards. And he's like, yeah, dude, he used words that I can't really say on stream, but he said, I'm really stupid, basically. And I have no hands. And what's funny is that after that game happened, so after Yo lost to Viper, Yo told me, he's like, Hera, I lost to Viper, but Viper played like shit. He's like, Viper played like shit. I knew he was playing like shit. I felt he was playing like shit, but I was playing worse and I just couldn't help it. That's what Mr. Yo told me. And so Mr. Yo told me he knew that I would beat Viper because he just felt like Viper was playing bad and he just couldn't help himself by playing worse. So yeah. So anyway, all that to say, Mr. Yo came up with a really strong defensive strategy. I knew about it. Leary knew about it. So going into this game, I knew that with the Spanish, he would do exactly that. Dock defense into fast castle conks. I knew he would do it. And he probably just didn't know what my response was. I consider my response to be the #1 best response possible. Archer opening to keep him honest. And then followed up with a fast castle right away to actually kill the ships. And I think because of how good my timing was, I was able to actually break his defense and get to the top, which I think was really cool. So this is like, I can proudly say, this is the first good moment of the game for me from a strategic perspective. The first 3, all Leary. Great preparation, great counter picks. This game, though, I made a great adaptation to his counter pick. And I was able to actually secure the win with my stronger Civ. And this is the way I do it. So I go market. I bought a little bit of food. He does the same, but he's doing it a little after me because, you know, I'm just a little bit faster due to my Civ having a nice bonus. The reason why Romans are so good here, by the way, is that they get a really strong economy. Everything works 5% faster, which is overpowered with shorefish that already gathers fast. So that's the main idea with Romans. And so you're not going to necessarily feel it in the rest collected. But like overall, I have a really smooth economy. So that's the main concept here. So with that smooth economy, I'm now going for archers, straight into crossbows. No knight follow-up. Normally, Roman player wants to play knights or longswords here. I don't do either, because I know he's going to be on conk. So I go crossbows right away with Bodkin. I'm up faster than him, which is really important, because I use that timing to actually push in. So this is the expo timing. I'm starting to micro. I go in a little bit. I go ballistics right away, because I know he's going to go conks. Milton, thanks for the 5 gifted, by the way. Thank you so much, brother. Good to see you. Were you at the event, my friend? Thank you so much for the support. And so I'm microing. I'm microing down the ships. And at this point, I don't know if the casters thought this was weird or if the viewers thought this was weird. But this is really good for me. Like, honestly, like, everything was going really bad for me in the set, but this was really good. I kill 2 villagers. I start kiting down the ships. And I have to commit right now before he gets the warship upgrade. So obviously he wasn't getting that, but I don't know. I don't know if he's getting it or not. So I have to commit right now. And then I realized at this point, okay, he's not getting it. So I just go. So that's internally what I'm thinking about. So you guys probably missed that whole thing, that whole internal dialogue. Let's just watch that back. So right here, I have to go right now or else he gets War Galley if he's clicking it. And then I fight for a little bit longer thinking he could get it. Then I realize he's not getting it. And I decide to just ignore the last 2. That's the internal dialogue that's going through my mind there. And so I could have ran up with more, but at the same time, if he was getting the warship upgrade, it would have been better for me to trade before he gets it, or else it's going to be impossible to pass with the next group. So I passed with 5, and at this point I killed 2 vills, so I'm feeling good. And I'm starting to put pressure on the first few conquistadors. I have ballistics coming in. I'm also booming behind this with a town center, and I've got more crossbows coming. The main plan is keep him off the shorefish. Notice he doesn't really have the navy to defend anymore. All right, so I go in, I killed another vill. I messed up there. Could have gotten it, but I choked. I've got ballistics though, so I know I can kill the conks. I also hit the villagers. I should have killed that one vill. It was a mistake on my end. Oh, I really should have killed that vill. But I go for the conks. He closes the gap. He's also forced into a mangonel, and I killed 1 more conk. I should have killed that one last vill. It was 2 shots away from dying though. Oh no, it was 1 shot away from dying. It was 5 HP. But anyways, I was coming in on the backside. I killed 4 villagers again with crossbows. And at this point, I'm winning the game 100%. At this point, I feel really good about it. So, and this I think is really cool. I think you guys can appreciate this. Because I know I'm in a good spot. And I'm down 0-3. And I need some confidence. I take every micro fight possible. I'm microing against Leary. He's the best micro player in the game. He's better than me. I don't care. I'm taking every micro fight. I need some confidence back in the set. So I know he's got the mangonels. I know he's got the conks. This army is way better than my army. But I decide I still want to fight him. So I go 3 TC to make sure I can't lose the game. I make sure I have a good economy. And then I'm like, yo, I just want to fight. Let's just fight. So I see him coming in. I'm not scared. I don't go back. So I'm setting up the workshop. I just want to get a feel for him. I see the Mangano. Now I'm starting to get a feel. I can't rush this, obviously. Like, I can't just run into him. I have to, like, time it correctly. But in my mind, I want to fight everything he prevents or he throws my way. Because I want to get some confidence back in the set. And I don't want to let him just 5-0 me, you know? I want to put the message that I'm here to play. Good counterattack from him. He gets a nicer one later. I almost killed that conch. He's going to go around. He's going to get a nice one. Now I know his conquistadors are out of position. So I'm looking to jump in here. I split up into 2 control groups. I'm trying to go crazy. I just want to go crazy right now. But he's kind of playing like a pussy, so I can't do it right now. And I'm feeling pretty bad about that. He's just attack grounding and running back, so I can't do it. But I'm waiting for it. And I think he senses the pressure right now. Perfect micro from him, though. Perfect micro. He's just not letting me do anything. And now I see the counterattack. I'm like, shit, have I thrown this? At this point, I'm like, am I serious? So I send one group back. And with the other group, I'm like, yo, it's time to go crazy. Let me do what I set out to do. And I think this is one of the coolest moments of the set for me, at least personally. I think I had some really nice micro here. And again, it's like against Leary, which is what makes it feel special, right? I'm just splitting with 2 groups. I'm dodging into 3 Manganos. Like, this felt insane. And Conks. Damn, that was clean, honestly. I'm feeling pretty proud about that one. I'm not going to lie. And this helped me a lot get the confidence back in. So at this point, I'm defending here as well. We're fighting on 2 flanks, and I'm booming at the same time. So there's a lot going on. Like, same for him, right? He was microing the conchs up here. He's also microing the Manganos down here, microing the conchs here. Like, we're fighting 2 high-level fights in 2 different spots at the same time. How insane is that? Like, we're both playing out of our mind right now. We're both literally playing out of our mind. Like, I know I'm microing well, but so is he, to be fair. So he goes in, gets a nice hit there with the Mangano. I'm still feeling pretty good. I still go in. I'm feeling myself. I need to get the confidence back in. And behind this, the crowd was roaring, by the way. They were roaring back and forth. I let the skirm finish that one off. I split here against this one. The crowd roared at that one as well. Great attack round prediction, by the way. Like, let's just take a look at that again. All this is going on, and he predicts my split with the Mangano, which is insane. I could have moved those guys in any different direction. But then I do some predicting of my own. I split his shots. I don't know if I do any prediction, but I just move in good positions. I have good movement, is what I want to say. And I move away from that shot. Shoot him with the Mangano. Feeling really good. We don't hear the casters here. He dodges my prediction. And here he snipes me. So he's also playing quite well despite being on defense. But this is certainly a great trade for me. And at this point, the game is pretty much over. So that was like the best part of the game. Probably one of the best part of the finals, to be honest. That was so exhilarating the last 3 minutes. Like, watching that live was insane. I thought you couldn't hear the crowd. Yeah, so as far as the crowd and the casters, you could hear the crowd when it gets loud. You hear noise, but I don't hear any words. Like, I don't hear the casters or what they're saying. I just hear noise. Think of it like if somebody were to clap behind you when you're listening to something, you would know he's clapping behind you, but you wouldn't really hear if there's any noise or not. That's how it was, basically. So anyway, here he pushes back. He takes a pretty good trade. Great shot. Again, the crowd went crazy there. The crowd was going crazy for both of us, which just felt so nice. And then here I thought, oh shit, don't throw, Hera, don't throw. Let us make a few skirms, played back, castle out here. And despite it being like messy, it was never really a threat to throw this game. I was never really in a bad position. Just because I'm so far, I have double his fills, right? There's no chance for him to win. So we'll just fast forward the rest of it. I don't think there's much else to talk about. I try to go for some demolition plays. Again, mostly just to like gain confidence in the set. Doesn't really work though. If anything, this gave him confidence because like he's doing so much damage with so little. But it's fine. I was like, whatever, it's fine. Let's just win the game. So I try to go for some demos. I never connect with anything. So disappointing. I'm hitting no demos. I'm just not that guy. Casters were screaming demo, demo, demo. Yeah. I wish I hit one. It would have been so hype, but it's fine. I didn't get it. It was not my moment. Maybe next time. Next time I'm in the Royal Albert Hall, maybe. Which is never, by the way. RIP. Such a good experience, though. So yeah, at this point, he knows the game is over, but he's probably just trying to play it out. Kind of like how I was playing it out before. And honestly, he's getting such good trades that, like, you never know when I fumble it. Like, he doesn't know that I have double his fills. So at this point, he's playing it out, and he's probably in his right to. But then as soon as I hit imp, he's like, yeah, shit, it's over. And I get a point on the board. I get a point on the board, which feels really good because at this point, it was 0-3. I don't get swept. Crowd was super loud at this moment as well. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. So it's not just that I won the set. Sorry, that I won this game. It was the fact that I was able to win with good micro, with good plays, with good strategy. This game really got my confidence high for the set. This is super important. If I lost this game, I think I get 5-0'd, by the way. 100%. Or not 100%, but like chances are high. Because then my confidence is just at an all-time low. Yeah, I'm floating 2k stone. I was about to go crazy. Like, come down here, drop a castle, maybe one more castle out here. I had a dock on his side. I was starting to go navy while getting some trebs out. So yeah, he was completely dead. Were you worried before this game? Yeah, I was. So like, if you watched my, like the way I was talking throughout this like review of the finals, I mentioned that at the 0-3, I was actually like, I thought I was going to get 5-0'd, honestly. I really thought I was going to get 5-0'd. I think the crowd really helped me get my mentals back in it, which is, yeah, again, once again, amazing. Okay, this one I have such an insane story. Listen up, everybody. This story is crazy. So in the practice room of the Albert Hall, so this is final day, I call Vinchester. I don't call him, but like I send him a message. I'm like, yo, Vinch, brother. I know I didn't reply to your last 3 messages, but I need you now. I'm kidding. I didn't say that. Me and Vinch are on good terms. But I said, Vinch, I know it's a lot to ask. I need a practice partner. You got nothing in it for you. I just need some help. Vinchester says, I got you, bro. Anytime you need, let me know. I said, you're a freaking legend. So we organize the time. We set up. And I go Mapuche against Franks. Why do I go Mapuche against Franks? Because some guy on Discord messaged me the day before or put in my Discord server. He's like, yo, what about Boldest Riders with Mapuche to counter Franks? And I'm like, bloody hell. Because I'm in London, so I got to speak. I was like, bloody hell. Boldest Riders. Of course, I made a video about them. I completely forgot about them. Some guy, his name is Matt Matty. He's in the chat right now. You're not some guy. You're right here. Thank you, Matt Matty. Remember the name, boys. So Matt Matty, he tells me, yo, like, what about the Boldest Riders? I said, you know what? I might cook something up with them in the finals. I think it could be good. I like the idea. Because I was familiar with the unit. I made a video about it on YouTube. And it's a really good anti-cavalry unit. And the whole time, everyone was playing Mapuches on this map, and they were going Champion Warriors. Like, Viper's doing Champion Warriors against me in the semis, and Champion Warriors are buns. They got gutted. They got hard nerfed. Like, they're unplayable. And so I was like, I want to play Mapuche, but I don't want to play Champion Warriors. Like, they just suck. So I want to play Boldest Riders. Here's the crazy story. That whole Discord thing, that's not the crazy story. This, what I'm about to tell you, is the crazy story. So me and Leary are practicing face-to-face in the grand finals. Not in the grand finals, in the grand finals day. So before our sets, we're practicing face-to-face. His computer is away from me. My computer is away from him. And at the exact same time, it's me and Vinchester, him and Lewis. We were both practicing separately. So I'm playing against Vinch. I'm going Mapuche against Franks. Leary, at the same exact time, is playing against Lewis. And Leary is also testing Mapuche on the same map. How crazy is that? Finals day, both competitors, different sides of the room, were playing the exact same Civ on the exact same map. Mapuche versus Franks, the same Civ matchup. At the same exact time. And the only reason I knew this is because Hart told me that at the same time, he saw us practicing both Civs. That's crazy. That's literally so insane. The only difference is, in Leary's testing, he did not have a Matt Matty. He was testing mostly the Champion Warriors. He also tested a bit of the Boldest Riders, but he tested a Champion Warrior opening. I tested a pure Boldest Riders approach. And the reason why this is important is because from the testing, Leary told me his conclusion was that while the Mapuche are pretty good, the Franks can beat them. That was his conclusion. We tested the exact same thing. he came to a different conclusion than me. In my testing, I beat Winchester every single time with Mapuche. We played it 3 or 4 times. I beat him every time. And Winchester's a really good player. So that gave me a lot of confidence that Mapuche are very good. Leary played against Lewis, and Lewis was beating him with Mapuche sometimes, but sometimes Leary was beating him back. Then they switched it. Lewis won with the Franks. So Leary got the feeling that Franks can keep up, which is why Leary went for the Franks in the grand finals. And this is where we are. So going into this game, Leary goes for the Franks. I have the last pick Mapuche. And I don't know if anyone called it, but when I picked Mapuche in the draft, I pointed at Leary and I kind of smiled a little because I, the whole time, was saying how shit Mapuche were and how bad all the new civs were except 2P. And yeah, I kind of like just had a little bit of a laugh in the draft. And we laughed about it afterwards as well. But Leary told me, he said after the draft, he told me, why the hell would you practice Mapuche? Because he told me, like, I banned it every single draft. Like, why would you even think to practice that? And I said, I don't know. It was just because Matt Maddie mentioned it on Discord. Legit. Because I thought of the Bullish Riders, or Matt Maddie thought of the Bullish Riders, and I liked the idea. It's the only reason I practiced them. So just such an insane story around this game that nobody really knows about, except now that I've mentioned it. So yeah, I felt like that was one of the craziest stories of the entire finals and the entire tournament. But yeah, with all that said, yeah, I literally practiced. Like, look at how stupid this is. I practiced a civilization in my last day of practice because some random guy that I've never met on the internet messaged me about it and said it could be interesting. Like, how stupid does that sound? But honestly, what I will say, this is one of the best things that I have. My best quality as a player is I don't disregard the opinions of my viewers. So many times I'm getting backseated by random people, and everyone's like, haha, look at these, idiots backseating the GOAT, or, some other comments. And I always say, no, backseat me. There's a lot of you guys and there's one of me. The chances that you guys are right about some stuff and I can learn from you guys is actually quite high. So this is a good quality that I have. I listen to my viewers and my fans. I trust you guys a lot, and it actually paid off. So shout out Matt Maddie, and shout out to every single one of you guys backseating me. You guys are all wrong, except when you're right. And when you're right, it matters. This is why I listen to you guys, just in case. So yeah, anyway, going into this game, Leary opens up with a stable. I know he's going to do that, so I open up with a couple spheres, and I make just 1 or 2 skirmishers. The reason I'm making these skirmishers is to, number 1, make sure that I'm safe against him going archers, and number 2, to have something in my range so he thinks I'm going archers or he thinks I'm doing something. This is a bait. All right? Behind this, he goes for a range, so he's going to go scouts into archers, and from his testing, this is how he was able to beat the Mapuche. But at this point, Leary was telling me after the set that he was really confused why I was not making champion warriors, because he was always making champion warriors in practice. And I told him, I think champion warriors are horrible. So I skipped the champion warrior step entirely. I go straight for the Bullish Riders. And here's the thing about the Bullish Riders. Let me talk about them a little bit. The Bullish Riders are like a cav archer, but they're a little bit better in a way for a few reasons. Number 1, you don't need to get husbandry on them. They have the husbandry speed built in. So they're already like pretty fast units, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, they have an attack bonus against cavalry. I think it's like +2. And number 3, they have a charge attack that lets them slow the opponent units. So it's like the perfect anti-cavalry unit. You can slow down the cavalry, you have an attack bonus against them, and you already start out really fast. So my plan was really simple. Go 2 range Bullish Riders, really fast castle, like 6-minute castle, faster than him, which is good. And then play from the middle. Also, he sold both hundreds of a stone. I only sold 100. Or no, I sold both and I bought back 100. Sorry, excuse me. I bought back 100. So I go Monastery, Town Center right away. And at this point, there's 5 relics in the center. We both want them, by the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we both want the 5 relics. So that's why he goes for Monastery Siege in the center. And I go for the Bullish Riders. The problem is, he has archers. I didn't scout this, so I was a bit scared. I expected him to go cavalry and monks. So I just rushed down the Siege Workshop. I micro pretty well, so I don't lose a single villager. He micros well against me as well. He runs away from me. And at this point, I just have to master my Bullish Riders. So the plan is really simple. Bullish Riders to counter the cavalry and to raid and to kill monks and everything. And then Siege to kill crossbows and to counter his siege as well. Okay? So at this point, I think I know about him. Yeah, I know about him in the center, and I know he's got a monastery as well. So what I decided to do is simple. I just decided to just run around and try to snipe his monks. I don't want to fight his army necessarily. I don't mind trading, but I'm not trying to fight it. By the way, I get pushed off the gold, so now I have no gold. So I have to go out here, make a settlement, take some gold. And at this point, like, you can see just how good the Polish riders are against cavalry. Like, I'm able to, like, hit them once, slow them, and then just finish them off, which is so insane. And the slow attack is the charge attack. So it's kind of like on a cooldown. It's like on a 30-second cooldown. So anyway, I'm running around with the Polish riders. All right. I'm looking to snipe some monks thing. I snipe one here. I dodged the Mangonel because, again, I'm feeling good from last game. So I just feel unstoppable right now running around these Polish riders. I'm in a comfortable matchup. I'm feeling good from the last game. I start counterattacking him. And at this point, he also makes a play straight into my base. Bring that back a little bit. He goes straight in through the town center. I'm microing. I killed 2-3 vills while he does this. But now I have to react. And I think my reaction was so good. I garrison the town center. I kill 2 crossbows right away. I run top and bottom. And look at how insane this is. I just quick wall this out. And his army that dove in to where all my villagers were ends up finding no damage. And this is where I think the big mistake from Leary was. Hart told him that the reason why you lost is that you dove in here. And Leary agreed. But he said, like, I thought I'd kill villagers. He ended up getting nothing. And they even hit the attack round on the way out, I think. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So I'm feeling pretty good on the micro, guys. And I end up clearing this whole army out nice and easy. And my villagers doesn't, my economy doesn't really take a huge hit. Like, I had some idle time, but I didn't lose any villagers, which is okay, which is pretty good. So we'll just fast forward. I just go here and clear him up. Yeah, nice and easy. We micro a little. Again, Polish riders are actually quite solid. And now I'm able to look for the middle again. So I have a nice vill lead. I'm up to like 10 vills. I made the town center faster. And now I have the best composition in the game. Or at least in this game. Polish rider and Mangonel. I go in and take a huge shots. I think I misclicked that. I didn't mean to run in, by the way. I think I just misclicked. I wanted to go around, and they went through the Stonehenge, which almost lost me the grand finals. No big deal, though. Thank you, game. That's what I'm thinking right now. It could have been my fault, though. Yeah, so at this point, I'm down 3-1 still, but I'm feeling good about this game. Tries to yoink that relic. I'm not going to let you hold my friend. And again, this is largely due to the last game. And to the Turks game, me warming up, me getting the confidence. This is where it helps. I felt so confident here in my micro. I felt so good because I'm coming off a win. I'm coming off a good win. So I'm taking every fight still. I'm feeling good with the micro. Also, the skirms don't really counter the Polish riders that well. Because while they do well against them, the charge attack gives them an extra 2 damage. So I actually kind of, with my charge attack, I'm able to kill a skirmisher every single time with one volley. So the Polish riders ends up being pretty good against skirmishers still. And especially with Mangonels, I feel pretty good against the counter. So again, I take a nice little trade there. I'm taking his relics. I think he runs some relics back. I don't remember. Oh, no, maybe not. No, he doesn't. So I just end up taking all the relics. And now I start pressuring him back. So at this point, I got more vills. I got the middle control. I've got the hill. And I've got the counter units. Even though he's on skirms, my army is still way better. So I feel really good. And from here on out, there's nothing he can really do. Like, he's going to go skirms and knights, but skirms and knights doesn't really work against my composition. This is really cool, by the way. I do something really cheeky here, but he doesn't fall for it. Did anyone catch what just happened? Let me see if you guys can catch what just happened here. So wait, watch this play, and tell me if you noticed something that I did. Watch it, and then I'll pause and show you guys. Okay. Okay, did anyone notice there what I was trying to do in that just one sequence? Okay. Yeah, so baiting the knights. Yeah, Roxy got it somehow. Well, that's crazy. How did you guess that? I didn't even tell you. How did you guess that? That's insane. Yeah, so what I was trying to do there is I'll replay that. And Leary doesn't fall for it, which is insane. So I'm pushing him from the hill, obviously. And this is from Leary's perspective. I intentionally leave away from the Mangonels, hoping he would eject the knights. All right, so I'm intentionally creating some distance. I wanted him to eject the knights, and I was just gonna go right back in, but then he doesn't fall for it. So I was like, okay, screw it, I'll just hang around. And the reason why I don't do it again is because right now I'm looking at my economy. And I'm starting to, so yeah, I fixed this gold. I fixed some houses. So I just tried to bait him a little there, and it didn't work. But I want to comment on these little things. So I think it's cool that I can like talk about what I'm thinking about that doesn't really end up happening in games. Like something that you might not notice when watching it the first time. I feel like that's the value I'm providing with the review, you know? Hopefully you guys find that cool. I think, you know, I personally do. I don't know how interesting it is for you guys, though. But anyway, I killed the stable. He doesn't fall for it, so he still keeps these 3 knights. I now use the 4 mangonels to push in onto the town center. I actually don't really have good micro here. I think he actually outplays me here, but like for the most part. But I think like my strategy here is so strong. Like I have 5 relics behind this, or like I'm gonna get 5 relics. I have 3. Do I know about these guys? I don't know if I ever take them, but like I virtually have 5 relics. And I'm taking just okay trades. Like it's good enough. I'm also expanding quite nicely. I have good outposts on the sides for vision, so everything's going my way. Did I get a good shot? All right, yeah. But at this point, we can fast forward because it's pretty much over. Like, I'm diving him. Oh my goodness, that was a nasty shot, but I got 3 conversions on his vills, and he calls the GG. I think he called the GG because he counter-attacked me, and I didn't die to it, yeah. He sent a few knights. I just garrisoned right away, and it's just like a heartbreaker for him. So he loses to Mapuche, despite him practicing it, despite him being confused as to what the hell I'm doing practicing Mapuche in the first place. And really, the real hero of the story is Matt Matty. So shout out him once again for the Bullish Rider recommendation. And it was a really good unit. Byzantines versus Georgians. Now this game has also another backstory. Every game has had a backstory so far. Again, it was just such a crazy finals and a crazy tournament. So like you're likely to have backstories like this one. So here's the backstory for this full pint game: Byzantines versus Georgians. Now, starting things off here, and we're gonna get to the Aatrox Viking situation. I'm gonna get to that, everyone. I've talked about it before, but we're gonna get to it again when the time comes. So Byzantines versus Georgians on Vulpine. Now, for those who don't know, Vulpine was the map I banned all tournaments, except in the semis and the finals, because in the finals, they don't let you ban a map. All right? So I didn't practice a single game on this map until with Winchester, I played 1 or 2 games before the finals. That's the only practice I've had all bootcamp on this map. I was planning to ban it the whole time. I didn't realize in the finals, you don't get a ban anymore. All right? So yeah, that's the situation here. So I open archers, and I'm just trying to survive the early game because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I picked Byzantines on this map because I wanted a good civ to hopefully carry me on a map that I don't know anything about. And it actually works. So I just go Byzantines, I open archers just to defend. I had no intention of ever moving out. I just want to wall and defend. He attacks me, I defend. Largely uninteresting early game. Nothing really much happens. I think this map is actually pretty interesting, but it ends up being like the gameplay on it ends up being not the most exciting, I guess, because it's just like more of a booming map overall. But yeah, here you go. We just like fight a little bit. I take a good fight because I mix in some skirmishers for cheap, and I just chase him away. All of this is pretty inconsequential though, because none of us is really planning to go for anything crazy. So he opens 1 range into a stable. I open 2 ranges just to make sure I don't lose. And then afterwards I go for a stable just to get some camels, and then I'm playing like skirm camel. I'm walling everything. It's a perfect situation. Leary on the other side goes for the 3 TC boom. And again, we're just kind of skip through this game because it's pretty, inconsequential for the most part until later. It gets crazy later though. So yeah, I just go ahead and pick up the relics by playing like, skirm camel. I'm gonna get the relics. I'm gonna go up to 5 relics because I have the map control. Now you might be wondering, why could Leary not counterplay me here? The reason is he can't actually fight me. Like if he fights me skirm versus skirm, my skirms are cheaper, so I win always. If he makes knights, I get cheap camels, so I always win. And my name is Hera, so I always win. It's just there's nothing he can do about it, guys. There's just nothing he can do. He's gonna try a little bit here, but there's really just not much to be done. So we're just gonna boom it up. And we're just going to wait a little bit. He actually does a pretty good job. Like, he gets like a 10 bill lead in exchange for the relics. Maybe that castle should have been more in a relevant position. So maybe that was a mistake. I took a good fight here. But again, mostly what I'm trying to do is just take the relics. And Leary then goes for... This is probably the first important moment of the game. He goes for a far TC. Leary, what are we doing so far from home? With a town center? A little bit dubious, but hey, as long as he doesn't research a very important upgrade from this town center, I think it's going to be fine, right? Like, just don't research something really important so that if it dies, you lose that progress. That's all you got to do. Like, if you just don't do that, this town center is fine, all right? Seems pretty simple. Hera's coming for the forward castle. Again, stick to the plan, Leary. No important upgrades from the forward town center. We got 3 more back here. And a castle. And a couple churches. The people are happy. We got options. I try to go for a counterattack here with a few archers. Meanwhile, that was just a distraction. Meanwhile, I go for the forward castle. He ends up running the villagers, which is great. So the town center is abandoned. Nothing coming out of it, guys. That's great. Yeah. Let's keep it that way, right? Everyone agree? Lee, we should just keep it this way. Don't make anything from the forward town center because now there's a castle there and things can get really dicey. So from here, I'm going to go up to Imperial Age. I get it cheaper because I'm Byzantines. Again, my civ is really good here. At this point, this game feels largely unlosable despite the score being close. So I have 5 relics, I have Byzantines, and I have a forward castle. I feel great. Like, I'm feeling... The only thing that could get better for me right now is if my opponent is late to Imperial Age, which is exactly what's going to happen because Leary clicks Imperial Age from the forward town center. How is this possible? He did it with a hotkey. So what he did was he selected all the town centers and he clicked Imperial Age. And because he had all 3 town centers here making villagers, it automatically made him research imp from the forward TC. Which is so funny. And at this point, by the way, at this point, I have no idea this is happening. I have no clue. The only reason I knew about this is the Bree J's in the chat right now. Another one of my viewers. Later in the night, like later in the night, we're having dinner at the hotel. And he tells me, yo, what about that MTC going down? I said, what MTC? I said, what? And he was like, yeah, in the Volpine game. I was like, oh, that's what that was. Because in this moment, when this TC was going down, the crowd made a huge cheer. And I was like, okay, my micro pretty clean, but it's not that good. What are they talking about? I didn't think much of it. I'm focused on the game. But at this point, like right here, everyone's like, oh, you're going crazy, right? And nothing's happening. So I didn't really think about it. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. And if you watch the reaction, there's a clip of Leary's reaction. Can we get that actually? Do we know about that clip? If anyone has the clip of Leary's reaction, we have to show it at the end of this. Because his reaction was amazing. So anyway, the town center goes down. I was not trying to do this. I didn't need it to happen. I was winning anyways. It doesn't matter. It just makes the game instantly unplayable for him. If this didn't happen, he's got a fighting chance. All right? But since it happened, it's completely over. I think I'm getting rickrolled. Yeah, everyone's rickrolling me. Guys, no YouTube clips. I'm not getting rickrolled again. It's not going to happen. Nice try. Bunch of rickrollers. So anyway, Leary makes a face. He like realizes, I think here... Oh no, Hera got rickrolled clip. I can't click that one either. Everything's just about the rickroll. But anyway, there's a clip where he was just like... He made a thing with his face. He was like, oh my... He rolled his eyes, basically. And he clicked imp again. That comes up in a little bit. But yeah, that was basically the main storyline of this game. Again, if that doesn't happen, I probably still win. Just because I have 5 relics in Byzantine, but it's a much closer game. Like, we actually have a game. But because of that denied imp, it's over on the spot. It's completely over. He's just so far behind now. He tries a good crazy raid here. And he actually kills a lot of villagers. But again, like, you can see how he could win if he didn't cancel his imp. Like, this is quite legit damage. But yeah. Yeah, his bracer got cancelled as well. Someone's saying, yeah, his bracer's coming. That gets cancelled. Oh, yeah. Everything's getting cancelled. My goodness. I don't think he notices the bracer either. Halbs, he's trying his best, but at this point, we're just gonna see the fight. Pretty epic fight, to be fair, but one-sided though. 3-3. 3-3, and this is the situation in the grand finals now. It's 3-3. It's all tied up, and we're heading in to, like, basically the last few games. It's now a best of 3. Show the APM. I mean, it's impressive. We're both above 100 average, but it's nothing crazy. Again, this is the game of the tournament. I'm Vikings, and if you guys haven't watched H-Rock's video about this, by the way, if you haven't watched this video, he made a 1-hour video on his channel. It got like 450,000 views. 3 times the video I put on my channel, which I'm pretty salty about. I'm just kidding. You have to watch that. It has H-Rock's reaction. Very well edited. H-Rock's entire vibe during that finals was pristine. Because he's glazing me the whole time. But then he also gets stressed at 0-3. And then he gets so hype at 3-3. I want to show you guys one clip from it, though. Before I show you this game, I want to show you one clip from H-Rock. It was just absolutely hilarious. It's so funny. Look at this. You'll understand what's going on when you see the clip. So I'll show you guys this one clip, and then we'll watch the games together. So H-Rock sent through this clip. It has 20,000 views. This is double the views that the popcorn incident happened. Or got. All right, 20,000 views.
It's gonna be
okay.
Flemish militia from
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The final 2 games will be on water maps, which means we could literally have a game where the final game is a Vikings pick. That would be so fucking epic. It's unbelievable. Anyway. Oh, he is Vikings! Wait a minute! Ah! It's not even a water map! I'm fucking crazy! It's Vikings right now! Dude, wait, what the hell?
So that was the HR's reaction to the Vikings. And the funny thing is, I don't know why he's reacting like this. He must have not seen my Discord message, because I literally said say less right before this game started, like 2 minutes before. So he should have been like the one guy that knew that Vikings was gonna go down, and he was the one guy that didn't know, which is hilarious. Anyway, he went to go get his helmet. He played the song. It was so hype. You guys have to watch that video. He put it up on his YouTube channel, so just check that out. Nice and easy. But with all that said, let's go ahead and now hop in to the review of this game. I'll kind of break it down from my perspective. So yeah, me versus Leary here. Vikings versus Burgundians. Now, Burgundians is the best civ on this map by far. Like, the only civ that can match it is like Koreans, but that's banned. Nothing else even comes close to Burgundians on paper. So I have to play... I'm playing from behind by default by being the Vikings. So he starts out like, why are Burgundians so strong? It's because of this Flemish militia. These things are so cheap. They produce so quickly. And he gets infinite pressure by just going Flemish militia and skirmishers. Infinite pressure. So I'm on like 1 range. So at this moment, I have 2 archers. And he has 2 militia and a skirm. And that's after losing 1. So he gets right up in my shit. He gets close and personal and kills a villager so fast. And I'm already stressing because, like, this is not supposed to happen. At a bit of a bad gold, which always happens on this map. It's not even like a bad map. It just happens. And I'm getting pressured. I'm getting pressured really hard. At this point, it's just about surviving for me. And this would have happened if I was Britons, if I was Vikings, or if I was any civ. I would have to play defensive, and I would have to just try to survive. Because there's nothing really that Burgundians can lose to in the early game. Like, Flemish militia skirms with a scout is just so absolutely broken in early game. So again, he pressures me. It's a lot of tension here. I go for the stable. I have to go stable or else I lose. Like, there's so many things in this game that have to happen or else I lose. Like, it was insane. So I'm trying to take the deer. I get pushed off this wood line. I actually play pretty well. Like, I don't really take bad fights ever. At least in the early game. But even still, like, without taking bad fights, I just can't fight him. Like, that's a huge problem, right? He's getting so much pressure on me. And the crazy thing is, these guys get upgraded for free once he gets Castle Age. So, I kind of have to fight this, but I just can't. So, after not knowing what to do, I think I just decide to, like, threaten a counterattack here. So, I see him with another army here. So, what I do is I just threaten to go clear this army. And he makes the call to send this army back. You could make the argument what he should have done is just counterattack me here anyway. And just go for the vills. And, like, let this army die. Because, like, this army's kind of dead anyways, so I just go for it. I kill the army. He ends up targeting the berries, but it's not as strong as targeting the wood. And then I try to threaten a counterattack, but he just has too much army, so he just doesn't let me do that either. So at this point, Leary's playing amazing. I go for a second stable. I block myself because there's hills everywhere. My mining camp is like in the worst position possible. I have to delete my own mining camp just to run away. But because I do that, I can't finish the stable. So this is like, this is not worst case scenario. This is what comes next. This is way worse than worst case scenario. At this point, I feel like I'm letting H-Rock down. I'm letting everyone watching down. And I just go for a counterattack with the archers to try to get something back. He walls beautifully. I did kill a Vil though, at least. But so far, he's playing well. He's got the better civ. He's on the ball. And he hasn't really made any mistakes until now. He makes a huge mistake very soon. I think this is what cost him the game. So he kills 2 Vils here, which is actually amazing. That's not the mistake. Meanwhile, I'm pressuring him here. And here's the big mistake. So he runs his Flemish militia. Sorry, let's go back a little bit because I do want to show that. He runs the Flemish militia underneath the town center, and I'm able to kill all the Flemish militia with my town center. Every single last one of them. Now, if you're a 1400 ELO player, or maybe an 800 ELO player, you know that all your infantry always goes under the town center. This does not look unusual to you. This is always what happens in Eurogames. However, in a pro game, this should never happen. And especially right before Castle Age, where they upgrade for free. This is a huge loss for Leary. Now, Leary said, we talked about it after, and he said, yeah, I know I lost that. I know it's a mistake, but there was so much going on. Like, I had scouts and archers in my base. We're microing back and forth. Mistakes are bound to happen. And Hart said, fair. We're talking with Hart. Hart said, fair. But at the same time, some mistakes just can never happen. And this is one of them. So this is one of a huge mistake from Leary. If he didn't make this mistake, I lose on the spot. On the spot, by the way. Because he just comes here with Elite Skirmisher and upgraded Flemish Militia. And I have 2 minutes. I can't buy time. He would kill this wood line. I'd run away. He'd go around here. I might have to either tower the gold or run away. And that's way too much damage, no matter which way I go about it. But anyway, luckily he makes that mistake. Luckily for me, of course. And I'm able to clear up that army. And my counterattack's still alive, by the way. So I'm able to actually buy so much time. I was able to buy so much time with my army. Which I think is like crucial for the comeback, right? This whole game was a comeback after comeback after comeback. So, yeah, I think that was like a critical moment of the game. Now I go for the second range. I don't really know what I was thinking at this point. I just wanted a lot of army. So in my mind, I need to go all in here to try to get something back in the game. So I want to go all in crossbow, knights, and just try to somehow pressure him. Now what happens here is one of the worst things possible for me. I think it already happened. I ended up deleting my market. And then I couldn't afford another one. And then I had to make a new lumber camp now, which I can barely afford. I just had such a bad position, basically. I don't know if it happened now or if it happens soon, but I delete a market at some point and it just ruins me. I think it might be soon, actually. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But anyway, I'm going 2 ranged archers, 2 stable knights. Luckily, I get the quick wall here. Again, so many things come down to such razor-thin margins. I'm defending on both sides. Knights up top, Flemish militia on bottom. I lose 4 villagers. I lose 4 vills there. And, like, I can't not lose them, by the way. Like, it's impossible. Oh, yeah, this is it. I think I delete this market. And this almost loses me the game, by the way. So it was right here. I think I delete it, or do I make it? No, this is the one I make. Okay, this is the one I make. So I made a market before. I almost finished it, then I deleted it, and it just ruined my game. Now, finally, I finished the market, and I just instantly sell all my gold. Instantly. Which is so important. Yeah, I wish I caught that market delete, because it was so impactful. Anyway, no worries. From here, I'm able to just go like crossbow and knights and pressure him, but I don't really get much done. He's staying on 1 TC as well. He's picking up his relics, which count for extra, count for double with Burgundians. So he's in a great position. I have some momentum here, but it's a bit fake because he's just going to all-in Cavalier. Luckily, I read that he's going all-in Cavalier, or I see them. Something happens. Yeah, I see them here. I see like another stable, probably a third one. So I fight a bit, but I realize I got to get out. I have to leave because if I don't leave, I just get cleared up and I lose the game for sure. So I decided to leave with the crossbows and then maybe stick around with the knights. That's like my main plan here. Behind this, I'm trying to set up town center, so I go for 1 town center out here. And this map is kind of a pain to play because you can't make any town centers on the mainland. So you have to go on the outside and expose yourself to make town centers. So again, here, I realize I can't overextend, so I go back a little bit. He's going Cavalier, of course, with Devotion fast. Ah, you cheeky bugger. That's why I didn't get no conversions. I thought he got it later, but I was just doing nothing with my monks. I realized that. But he got that nice and early, which is kind of smart, to be fair. Because, like, monks is my only response to this, realistically. I don't even have ballistics now, just to give you an idea of how bad the situation is. I did something smart here, though. I actually charged this monk. So despite him having devotion, I just chase him and get the conversion. Which is really good, because I'm thinning out his cavalier numbers. I counterattack with the knights. I do decent value. Meanwhile, he jumps in on my crossbows. And if I don't get the perfect engagement here, I lose the game. But I kite a bit to the back. Then I kite to the top, and I jump in and out with the crossbows on the other side. How cool is that? The crossbows are saved, and he has to run away now because he can't really chase me. I can just continue doing that. And I somehow survive. If I didn't do that, I lose all the crossbows, I lose the game. And every fight like that, from now on, is exactly the same stakes. If I don't play it perfectly, I lose. So yeah, I'm just trying to jump in and out, buy time. I have kind of a build lead, but my economy is a huge hot mess. I just jump to stone, because if you don't know what to do, just go to stone and see what happens. The market's my best friend. I'm just trying to abuse that right now. Again, it's painful. I keep getting dove on repeat. I convert a cavalier. Thank God I got that one, because then I'm able to actually buy time and push back that Maginot. I said one crossbow after it, by the way. But he reads the play, and he continues running back. Like, how high level is that? Seriously. Seriously. I noticed it on 1 HP. So I play perfectly. I noticed on 1 HP, I send one archer to chase it. He notices that I send one archer to chase it, so he runs it back to repair it. It's just like perfect play on both sides, which I think is so fun to watch. So I go bowsaw here. I'm just trying to develop. And just try to survive. At this point, I think I'm losing hard. Like, look at the score. I'm down 800 score. Burgundian's running Cavalier and Mangonels on a hilly map. Like, this game is just 99% lost. Like, it's just straight up. I'm trying to defend. I get another knight, but nothing's working. Like, I kill a Maginot, which is really good, but I never win a fight. Like, I'm just holding. I lose my monk, or I lose my monastery. Sorry, I just take the relics. Thank you very much. Take the relics. Again, this is important because I can't let him take my relics. That would be another way to lose. So I have to take them back a little. I'm getting raided. And at this point, coming up soon, I make the craziest call ever. And I want to brag about it when it happens. I want to brag about it when it happens. Oh, I'm just getting nasty hits there from the Maginot. At this point, I'm the only player in the world that I don't even care. I'm bragging. Listen, you have to hear me brag. I'm the only player in the world that goes for this castle drop. Every other player either plays normally and loses or resigns on this spot. I'm the one player that goes for it, maybe with doubt, maybe alongside doubt, all right? Me and doubt, only 2 players in the world that go for this castle. I completely coin flip the game here because... And someone said, wrong, a 1,200 elo player would do the exact same thing. That's kind of true as well. I'm the only competitive player that made it to Red Bull that is playing in the Albert Hall as blue as Vikings that would go for this play. All right? It's just me under those criteria. So I coin flip the game because the game is so unplayable for me now. I'm getting hit. Maginot's Cavalier on the hill. The guy's got devotion set. Stables creeping. This is completely over. I sent 20 villagers. 23 villas. My entire economy. I don't even think twice about it. I made this decision like this, by the way. It was as easy as like checking your phone before going to bed or looking at the time when you close your alarm. It was like it was second nature. Like the castle had to be forward and it had to be now. I didn't hesitate. I just went for it. Meanwhile, I distract them on the front with a crazy fight, end up taking a huge shot there, and then I'm going with 23 vills. And the crazy thing is the freaking cursed rabbit is standing on my castle. Luckily, he moves his fat ass out of the way just in time. So I drop the castle. Leary notices immediately, by the way. Leary notices immediately, which makes it so hard for me to like get the castle up. Luckily, though, he didn't have enough to deny it. I have 23 villas. Like, this castle's going up. Meanwhile, my economy, Leary's having his way with me. Meanwhile, like, this is not good at home. I convert a couple Cavalier. I'm barely surviving. Like, you can't even call this survival. Anyway, castle goes up. I look for a second castle. I can't place it because the map is one giant hill. So I just can't place a second castle, which is really tilting. Meanwhile, I'm still dead at home. 68 villas to 79. And this is literally the craziest moment ever. I can't make fills. I'm getting constantly raided. How do I win this game? Actually, how the hell do I win this game? This doesn't even look good. So I get the castle up. I'm sniping vills, bro. I'm freaking slaying villagers. I just hit a triple right there. And right now what I'm trying to do is go in and out of the castle to try to bait the cavalier away from me and then kill it with the castle. But it doesn't really work. I don't have much time to think about that as well because I'm busy at home. But yeah, now the vill count's actually even. He still has more cavalier, but I'm actually in a decent position. From here, I have to just do the best play possible. Like, I don't even know what's theoretically good from here. But all I know is I have to just do what feels the best for me. So, like, for example, I have to go get this relic. That's, like, one thing that's good for me. I have to continue making vills and stabilize the front. That's another thing that's good for me, right? I just try to do little things that get me in a better position. Slowly and surely. Then, for example, I get out here with a few vills. I'm trying to knock down this monastery. It's another thing that's a little bit better for me. I kill a cavalier. Like, just little things. Trying to get back into the game. Oh, he's also getting good value, though. He's killing a lot of vills with his raids. His raids are not even bad here. I'm just defending. And this goes on for a long, long while. Yeah, this stable is running cavaliers into its death, by the way, constantly. I make a few berserks here. I couldn't afford them earlier. Then I go for the second castle. Not the best position, but I have no choice. Also, I have to make a second castle, or else I can risk losing the first one to just random cavalier. So I have to do this just to cement the position. But it ends up being worth. I kill the cavalier, I kill a mangonel, and I think I get the score lead here, by the way, which is insane. And then I get a little greedy, trying to dip my fries in a stone, in a little bit of sauce, you know. But he gets me off this with a mangonel soon. So I'm trying to take a stone, but he just doesn't let me. He doesn't let me do that. Meanwhile, I'm still constantly getting raided again. It's just such a crazy game. This is literally one of the best games of all time, especially considering the context. And then especially when you factor in the Aatrox message and everything. Like, the storyline here is just... It's just... I don't know. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. So... Mangonel to get me off the stone. I notice immediately, which is good. Again, both of us are playing well. We're both playing really well, which is why you have such a good game. Like, he noticed the castle immediately. I noticed the Mangonel right away. We're both fighting these fights. We're taking these fights perfectly. Ends up being a pretty decent trade for both. Yeah, none of us is really happy or unhappy with that fight. It's an even fight. I go for another town center. I actually go up to 5 TCs now. Just to, like, get my villager count up. I don't really... It's not just for the vill count as well. It's also because I want to have... I want to have extra town centers to defend my resources. That's very important as well. A couple gates to take away his cavalier. Yeah, not much else to talk about right now. It's just more of the same. I'm getting raided. Obviously, like, the first time, this was incredibly hyped. He forgot horse collar, but I think I did as well. Yeah, I mean, crazy game, right? Can't always get all the upgrades. I get the imp faster, which I think is very important as well. I needed that. He's not that far behind, but still, I got a nice advantage with him. So yeah, we'll continue playing it at ×4, just because most of us here have seen this game already. But again, while this was happening, it was just so incredibly hyped, because I'm still in a horrible position. He's got so much on me. The only thing I have is the fact that I've taken his 3 relics now. So I've got 6 relics, and I have a faster imp. So I think I go for some trebs. I don't go for them right away. I go for a town center here, which is hilarious. Also, meanwhile, I'm getting good raids with the berserkers behind him. So he killed 91 vills. I killed 41. So I killed a few vills with the berserks. Not too bad. I go block printing, arbalest, chemistry. Block printing is so I can defend myself with monks. That's the main reason. I go forward with a fake attack here. This is not really a real attack because at this point, it's okay, but like, I can easily get cleaned up. So I pressure, but I don't want to go too deep, especially after I see him. So I killed a few vills, and I just decided to run away. And I think this is a smart decision because if I don't do this and I lose the arbalest, I lose the game. Because then the paladin are unholdable. It's a crazy moment as well. I'm trying to just gate trap anything. I'm creating choke points with the gates, so like he can't get a good surround because I'm making these gates. It's very important actually. It's super high level, but it's the only way to actually survive this situation, these situations, because it's multiple times. And yeah, at this point I don't have armor on the arbalest, but I don't think I can even afford armor, to be honest. Yeah, so someone's asking in the chat if that's a mistake. I don't think it's a mistake because I need to get Boggs Vagar and I need to get Pikeman. Both of those things are more important than Arbalest armor. So anyways, I'm pushing it back because I have Boggs Vagar. That gives me 1 extra attack on the Arbalest. That's the Viking unique tech. But then he gets Paladin. And then I get the craziest gates ever. Like, absolutely perfect gates. Thank God I got these. Like, again, if I don't, I lose on the spot. Get the gates, kill a bunch of Paladin. He goes for a counter castle. Again, he's not playing bad. He goes for the perfect reaction. He dives me, gets the castle, then just backs up. Which is good play from him. So again, both playing well. He denies the castle. I have to delete it. I go to the hill. Meanwhile, he's also raiding me up top. So like, it's crazy. And meanwhile, he's also trying to like defend against Berserker raids the whole time. And he also was sniping my Trebs here and running in and out with his Paladin. So like, there's literally infinite things happening at all times here. I back up with my castle. I'm just trying to survive. Villagers killed 139 for him to 69 for me. Nice. Diving in with Paladin. I wasn't scared here. I had the castle perfect timing. Thank God. There we go. But here I was a bit scared actually. I was like, oh shit. He can still run in. Quick walls are okay, but I don't finish them. Yeah. So I end up still losing a bunch of villagers. I go back with some army though. It's not too bad. When did you realize you just needed to win by score? Later. So I was not thinking about score for a long time this game. Until I saw him making monasteries actually. But we'll talk about that later. For now, there's a lot going on. So he goes for a forward castle here to take me away from the golds and stones. So I need to deal with this. But at the same time, I also want to deal with this. And I also want to pressure him here. It's like, by the way, during this, I'm converting Paladin to send into his economy one at a time. And I'm making few Berserks to send them in one at a time. And he's defending with a few Paladin as well. So there's so much going on at all times. I really want to stress this because if you're watching and you're wondering why you're seeing some mistakes happen, it's because the game was so incredibly intense. One of the hardest games I've ever played, for sure. All right, so Town Center on the right side, trying to expand. At this point, I'm only on 100 villagers. I can't really get more because he keeps killing them. So I'm trying to replenish them constantly. But food is tight as well. So I have to pick between more villagers and pikemen. As you can see, he just runs in to snipe the Trebs constantly. So I realize at this point, I need 4 Trebs in one area to push back. It's the only way to win. I continue raiding him with Berserks. So despite him having Paladin, he loses a bunch of villagers here to the Berserks. I don't have Chieftains at this point. If I had Chieftains, I would be getting gold from this, but I don't. But still, like, really good raids, right? Really, really good raids. Meanwhile, I'm pushing in through the center. I'm trying to fight him on repeat because the strength that I have is that my units are cheaper. So I want to fight him on repeat, on repeat, on repeat until he gets the skirmishes, which he's setting up right now. Very fun to watch this back, by the way. So many good moments from this. But yeah, meanwhile, as I'm staring at my army doing work, he clears both castles and my monastery. He takes back the relics and he castles the middle hill. So you see how we're both making good plays. I have the Berserk raids in the bottom and the push down the center, and I cleared his castle. But then he also clears 2 of my castles and takes the middle. So at this point, yeah, he's killed 213 villagers, by the way, which is crazy. Again, I just got to keep replenishing them. So now my next target is this castle down here. I don't have many Trebs done. Slowly producing them right now. It's very important to control the golds, by the way. Now it's all about gold control. I have some golden stone up here, but I'm going to have to fight for more, basically. Oh, because I lost the 6 relics. So I dive in with the pikes, trying to clear this castle. This castle represents stone and gold axis, so it's very important. And he's got a lot of paladin here. All right, so let's think about from Leary's position here. It is worth mentioning, he told me he forgot about bombard cannons. All right. So if he had made 2 to 4 bombard cannons, this game would be like way harder for me. And that's something he just forgot about. I don't know why. I don't know how. He just forgot they existed. Probably from the pressure of the situation. So if you're wondering why Leary didn't go bombard cannons, he just completely forgot about them. Yeah, he makes a big play with the paladin here. We're going to see a lot of paladin fights this game. This is the first of many. This was not a good engagement for him. I don't think anyway. I think it was okay. So he dives in. He's going to snipe the Trebs. But he's going to lose like a good amount of paladin there. So that was only okay for him. It was not great. It was just decent. I made it a little better for him at the end there by running my pikes into his castle. Yeah, and then, you know, I'm just gonna work down this castle. It's all about like small things going my way. Like, I'm just trying to keep the pressure up. As you can see, I'm trying to fight him constantly. Why am I trying to fight him constantly? Because I don't want to let him get a big fight. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I want little fights all the time. He wants one big fight. One big fight is bad for me because I almost always lose the big fights because my units are cheaper but weaker. So this is amazing for me. I'm trying to micro, trying to trade. If he took that fight, he would have gotten completely destroyed. But he just backs up. He plays it smart. And ooh, I lose a lot of pikes there. So now I think he's thinking about a big fight. I just have to go back. I think we're about to take a really big fight though, like right now. And I have no choice but to engage because I got 4 trebs here. Maybe I bit off more than I can chew. I think I did. I'm trying to set up. Again, I have only 100 bills. 80 army. But he also has like 80 army. He's got paladin though. I do kill the castle, which is good though. I do kill the castle. I go for more. I think maybe this is where I step up too much though. Yeah, so he's healing his paladin. I think he's got herbal medicine, so he's healing in the castle. And now he's gonna go for it. So big engagement. He stack patrols straight in. I respond with my own patrol. And he absolutely claps me. Completely destroys me. And that was so bad. I thought I lost the game here. I thought I lost the game. That was so bad. Okay, so because that happened, I flipped another castle. Dude, I'm such a coin flipper. Because something really bad happened, I'm like, yo, I gotta do something crazy. So I literally sent 20 vills. I run past his trebuchets. I freaking slap the trebuchet on the ass and continue marching forward to make my castle. Because I have to do something. Or else I just lose. So if I don't do this, he just goes forward and kills everything. But because I go for this castle, take a look at what he does. He goes back with his army and he has to focus on the castle. And that's so important. So like right now, he wants to go forward. And then he sees the castle. So he just goes back with the army. Look at that. That's so incredibly crucial. If he went forward with his army, he would win the game on the spot. So I bought myself like 5 seconds of, at least 5 seconds of time there. It lets me go back on the hill and replenish my army, which is super important. And then from here, we're nearing the score, right? We're 8 minutes away. At this point, I wasn't really thinking about the score. I obviously know about it as a win condition. But because I'm losing on score, I'm not really thinking about like winning on score. I'm thinking about like, I got to get my shit together, get back to 200 pop, and try to win. He's thinking, I need to just win on score. I need to hold and win on score. So he's got this hill. And this is so nasty for me. I just feel like I can never win. So I just have to just take any fight I get. Ends up being a really good fight for me. People are questioning why Leary took this fight. I think Leary says that he thought he would win it because he won the first fight. And he ended up losing that fight. So now I'm up on score, which is huge. I should never be up on score here. I think that was a big throw from him. I think I can still win. But yeah, now I'm tight on time. So I have to go for it. So I go for another big castle on this hill. My eyes like the relics, but they don't really matter too much. So it's mostly just like the hill and like the middle of the map. But at this point, I'm still trying to play legit. I don't really care about the score that much. I just want to solidify my position because the score is a bit of a 50-50. But right now, he's playing on score. He's spamming monasteries left and right, which gives you the most score per resource. I think that was a mistake from him, though, because he's trying to win on monasteries. But the problem is I'm pushing like fast. I've got trebs on his castle. I'm killing his monasteries. And so like, I think he just stopped playing the game. And I think that was a big mistake. The monasteries only help if you've got nothing to do. But I think he had a lot to do here with his army, with skirmishers and stuff. He wasted all of his wood on monasteries and he couldn't make any skirms, which I think was just a game-losing mistake. So yeah, we'll just fast forward the rest of the game. I ended up winning on score, but I think I would win anyways from this position because now I have the 6 relics. So even if there's no score, I would probably win this game. But I mean, this is just so silly. How do I explain that the guy who did this lost the game? This looks, I've never seen this. This looks so silly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And he just calls it GG. Anyway, it's so funny. Like, it didn't even help him because while he was doing that shit, I was just killing shit. Like, I was killing monasteries left and right. I was killing villagers. I killed a castle. I was countering his raids. I was just playing the game. Yeah, this is like the guy that gets really religious like 1 year before he dies. In this case, it was like 10 seconds before he died, though. He just stand 40 monasteries. My goodness. But yeah, dude, crazy game. Best game of the tournament. I hope I was able to shed some insight that you might not have thought about before or known about before the review. And hopefully that was fun to rewatch. Certainly was fun to rewatch for myself as well. And yeah, shout out Aatrox. Mandatory shout out to Aatrox for the message. And this one was an absolute banger as well. So hopping in, it's now going to be 4 points for me. So, oh, that's Theory's win. So for the first time, I'm leading in the entire grand finals. It's now 4-3. And I've shown this before, but I'll show it again. I took home the 2 civilizations that we played here, Wu and Armenians. I have them here, which is really cool. I have them as souvenirs. But hopping into this game, here I didn't really have much of a game plan. So on this game, I actually lost my scout. I basically just asked Vinchester what to do, and he told me that the right play is to wall the front and go for docks. But to be honest, I wasn't really convinced because I've never really practiced that, so I decided I didn't want to do that. And I wanted to just go Armenians, archer opening into docks and try to play it from there. The problem is, he was faster with his docks, so maybe Vinchester was right. So like he didn't go for any range. He just went like 1-2 spears, and then he just went for the docks right away. So maybe Vinchester was right. The archers slowed me down, so I was late to my docks, and this made it so I lost water all the time, and my archers did nothing. So like now I have to go across, but I can't because he's just walling everything. So yeah, there's nothing I can do here. Like, I force it because I have to, but like, yeah, I kill a villager at least. But yeah, that's just horrible for me, obviously. So yeah, terrible opening for me. Vinchester was right. I probably should have played the same. And at this point, I didn't really know what to do. I kind of panicked. So I decided I just wanted to double down on water. So I want to go up to Castle Age and double down on water. Yeah, and Leary did what Vinchester said, which makes sense. Like, it's a really good strat, but again, I didn't trust myself to go for it. So I do want to point out where like I'm wrong strategically as well. So at this point, I'm like, I want to just try to coin flip the water and just try to win it back, because that's the easiest way to win this game, is just to win the water. And then I'm like, oh shit, he's 30 seconds faster to castle than me, which is horrible. So at this point, I'm like, oh wait, my strategy is not working at all. I lose the vill, I get my dock denied, and I don't know what to do. I lose water completely. So now I just abandon that style, abandon that gameplay. I still get the upgrade just to like run around a bit more. I'm still making a few things, but at this point I know I'm not going to win on water. So I decided to go for a church, and I decided to pick up the relics on the side. Meanwhile, I've got a couple of Gen Swordsmen just bothering me, so I just defend with some monks. Here they are. Good monk defense though. Pick up a conversion. And now I'm able to boom while picking up relics. And I'm going to largely fast forward this game because not much happens. So we're going to literally watch it on ×8 here. Really not much happens. Like, we're just going to literally boom. And I'm going to take the relics. I ended up on 7 relics, actually. He tries to deny me some, but I think I played it pretty well. I took the 3 on the right side. A mixture of warrior priests and regular monks, by the way. I think I do a really good job of taking advantage of the Armenian churches as well here. So yeah, with my warrior priests and my monks, I'm able to take all the relics. There's a cool moment where I saved that 1 HP archer, by the way, from a wolf. And yeah, so the main theory here, and I said this in an interview, if you lose the water, okay, which happens, the advantage he has now is that he fishes. What I have to do, I don't try to take back the water. I have to try to fight him on land first. So with that in mind, keep that in mind, that's what I'm going to do in Imperial Age. So he gets the faster imp, and he can tread me from the shore, or like Luchan me from the sword. From the shore. And then he can probably go Jan Swordsman on land, or he can go Fire Archers on land. Now, I forgot about Fire Archer. I didn't think he would go for it. I thought he would go for Jan Swordsman. So that's why I opened Champions. And then I realized later, oh shit, he's going Fire Archers. So that was bad. But then I just defend with Monks anyway. Monks apparently do so much. And now I'm trying to fight him on both sides of land. But then I realized, oh shit, he's going fire archer here, which is really bad. So I have to go ranges, but it's all like so late. I just defend as much as I can with the champions. Into skirmishers. I stopped the wall here. Crucially stopped the wall. Very important. Now, thing is, like, even if he gets that wall, even if he finishes that one, I think I still castle it, and it's still a game. But it makes it a lot harder for me. Stormcrow, thanks to the 5 gifted. Appreciate it, bro. It makes it a lot harder for me if he does stop that wall. So that was, or if he does complete that wall. But to be fair to me, I did go really early on the side, right? I went really early on the side. Sorry, thank you, Storm. Mixed your name up in there. And I was able to deny that wall. And he got the 2 castles here, but at least he's not going to fortify this left side as well. Meanwhile, I'm trying to go really fast to pressure on both sides because I need the game to be extremely chaotic now. I need the game to be extremely chaotic for me to have a chance here. And it works. Like, actually, he gets some really good quick walls there. Oh, that was beautiful. Quick wall behind on a hill. That's not easy to do, by the way. Damn. That was crazy. Oh, the delete. Oh, my goodness. I didn't even see that. Yo, that was crazy from Leary. Damn, I didn't realize how crazy that was. That was an insane quick wall. I have to match it with a cast on the hill. Luckily, the wall is not going up ever, though, which is nice. Meanwhile, we're fighting back and forth here with the fire archers and skirms and monks and everything. Like, it's just a hot mess. But I have 7 relics with our minions. And I now get ferriters, which gives my champions extra HP. So now my champions will have 100 HP when I get the upgrade. So far, just 95. And I'm trying to, like, pressure him. And he will castle this and not let me get anything. But I still buy a lot of time. I still buy a lot of time with this, which is my main strategy here. Buy time and win with the relics. Although relics are not as good on Empire Wars because of that time limit. If I didn't have the time limit, I think my position's way better here. But because of the time limit, his position's actually really good. Probably better than mine. He's got a lot more score as well. He goes up really high in score here, which kind of scared me. I thought I would lose this game the whole time, by the way. I thought I would lose this game the whole time. I was just playing it, like, just trying my best, you know? So he gets both upgrades there for his unique techs. I go champions. I'm just trying to defend. These guys can kill buildings as well, so I can't defend with only castles. I have to go skirms for sure. And meanwhile, I'm trying to go champions here to pressure him on land. Yeah. I mean, not much to say. Like, it was just champion skirm against fire archers. I have a good momentum here, but it's not enough to win the game. We're gonna see, like, he's able to hold once he gets the cavalry switch on. So he's gonna go heavy Haegwangs, and that cavalry switch is gonna be quite nasty. Very hard to deal with, actually. Meanwhile, though, I'm trying to, you know, continue clearing him up from my base. Oh, that's a bad fight for me. Hello, Hera! Dude, I suck. How did I win? Oh, I'm insane. I'm dancing. That's why I won. Alright, fun. I also got a conversion here on Luchan. Just a lot of things going on is what I'm trying to highlight. As always, like, you're seeing the highest level Age of Empires, basically. Yeah, we're just trading back and forth. He's got a lot of gold here because all the gold and stone is on the shore, by the way. That's why the water is so important. I don't care about the fishing ships at this point. I'm getting some conversions, by the way, which is nice. I'm also pushing the right side. So I'm making it hard, which is good. But the shore is really important because all the gold and stone is here. Actually, a mistake that he made is that he should have had these units way closer to the shore. Much closer. To prevent me from walking up to this hill. So that was a big mistake on his end, in my opinion. But anyway, he's just going to go ahead and trade left and right here. That's a good fight for him, though. It's a good clear up. I think he's going to get my trebs, too. Yikes. That's a good clear up for him. The Haegwangs are not easy to deal with because they have so much armor. Not the most amount of HP, though, but still a tough unit to deal with. He's going to do the same thing on the right side. So he's defending both sides now. I try to make a play back for the middle. So I go for a few docks here, and I realize too early. Abandon. Too early. He completely clears it up. And it's not like... The timing is not right on that. So I decide to just abandon that idea for now. And I come back to it a bit later. So now, since that failed, I'm like, okay, I have to push on land again. You understand how that works, right? Try to push on water. Doesn't work. Go on land right away. Like, just instantly go on land. Try to make something happen, you know? Dude, at this point I'm just getting clapped though. So again, I think because he was like so busy on water here, I'm able to actually sneak some gold and stone extra with like churches and stuff. I think that helped a lot actually. Yeah, traction traps coming over. Yeah, I kept him pretty busy, which is nice. I was able to, like, again, taking the stone is huge. This should never happen. In a perfectly played game, you should always have 1 or 2 galleons everywhere on the shore, and Luchans especially, to prevent me from taking resources. So he realizes this, he's trying, but he's human. He's making mistakes as well. More of the same. We're going to be trading back and forth. I do a cool play here. I hide my trebs behind the castle, and I target his traction trebs. I actually missed my shots, but, you know, it was a cool play. He goes back. Yeah, the trades are just okay, but now he's out of gold, and he's making a triple gold comp. In fact, every unit he's making is full of gold, and this is where my gold control, my relic control, comes up huge. He's running out of gold as well. This is almost out of gold. Maybe this one, but that's kind of in my control. He's got no gold. He could come across and take these ones in the center though, but maybe that's a bit overreaching as well. So he's out of gold, and this is where the momentum starts to swing. He's up 3,000 score. So at this point, I'm against the timer, even though in a real game, I should never be up against the timer because I have the 7 relics. So in theory, he has to actually win. But because of the timer, I have to be the guy winning. I can't just sit back and relax. I have to continue fighting. And I actually want to talk about this real quick. I do want to make this point. I think score win condition is such a good mechanic for a tournament, by the way. I think it's so healthy for the game. It prevents people from camping on small advantages or civ wins. I think it's really good. I don't know what you guys think about it. That's my opinion. I know it's very controversial, so if you think otherwise, I can definitely respect that. But I like the score win. You know, despite it going against me sometimes. But I think it is really good for the event because it makes relics more balanced, basically. So like now my 7 relics are not worth that much. The only thing I don't like about the score, though, is that it promotes weird gameplay like the monastery spam and stuff, which is just hard to explain. But like that's not even that broken. Like I don't think players should be doing that anyway. But yeah, the reason why they have score here, I misclicked my traps, by the way. I want to kill this castle and then shift click this. And I ended up not shift clicking it, so now I'm underneath a castle trying to trap a castle on a hill. This is so pathetic. Look how stupid this looks. Look how stupid I look. Oh my goodness. I'm just under a castle, trapping a castle further away. I just misclicked, and I was really salty about that, actually. At this point, I thought about calling the GG, by the way. I thought I was dead here. Or a bit earlier, even. But obviously continued fighting, because, like, why would I resign? I was 5,000 score behind. Holy, 5,000 score behind. That's ridiculous. Yeah, we'll fast forward because it's a lot about just fighting back and forth. I get a couple conversions in the middle, so as you can see, like I'm trying to do as much as I can to make this game hard to play for Leary. And I take a huge fight. I actually missed that one. Let's go back and watch that one again. So at this point, I'm mixing in halbs to try to help me against the front line, and I think it does well. So big fight in the front. I think this is the fight that turned the tide in my favor. So after this fight, I felt like, oh, I can win. Holy shit, the halbs were good. Mixing in the halbs is really crucial so I can melt the front line. They're very weak to halbs because they have low HP. Was a question from the chat. Was I aware that I had the gold and Leary was out? Yeah, at this point, I'm aware that he's out of gold. Or like struggling for gold. Why? I can tell by how little cav he has and the fact that he's switching to skirms. That's a big tell. So at this point, I know he's out of gold. But my only concern here, like I know I'm winning this game. My only concern is like whether I can win in time on the score. So I was 5,000 behind. Now I'm only 3,000. I was like, oh, wait. No, I'm in a good position. And the 2 fire ships I converted are just causing so much chaos as well. So, like, now is my perfect time to get back on water. He's out of gold. I still have the gold. I've got a ton of resources in the bank. And from here, I think it's an actually easy win for me. From here, it's an actually easy win. There's nothing he can do when he's out of gold. I can't necessarily win. Like, I can't force the win onto him. It takes a long time to get a good fight. And he gets a really good raid here. Kills a bunch of villagers, denies a castle. I'm forced to get another castle back here, so He's doing good work, man. He's not playing bad at all. He's not playing bad at all. I get my water control back, though. This is probably the beginning of the end for him, because now, once I get to control the middle, let's talk about this for a second. Once I get to control the middle, I can use my Dromans to kill all of these buildings, which gives me, like, infinite score, right? So yeah, here, I struggled for a long time to get a good fight here. But I can't set up my trebs. He just snipes them with hussars and runs. I can never clear that castle. And so I didn't really know what to do with this side. So my idea was, okay, let's just hold this side. At this point, I'm like, I don't want to push here. I'm going to hold this. I want to push the water. That was the idea here. So push the water, hold this top. I don't have to push anymore. And I think once I did that, I was in a much better position strategically. On the right side, I was also like preventing him from taking this wood line and just harassing him a little bit. I kept these guys for a long time alive here. They come up useful later. You'll see them. Constantly trading here, but again, in my mind, I don't care to push here, in my mind. So I still pretend to push and take fights, but that's just so he doesn't do anything else. I want him to think I'm pushing here, but I don't really care. What I do care about is the water control. So I get the Dromans out. I look to reclaim the water. He goes heavy on the wood line. So now I know he's out of wood, by the way, or very soon. Yeah, he's completely out of wood. Holy, this game's impossible for him to play. I see the loot chance. I think I send these guys to the corner at some point. We'll keep an eye on them. Yeah, soon. Meanwhile, still fighting up top. Yeah, we'll check the APM at the end of the game, of course. Yeah, he did such a good job of holding that top position, man. But again, my main win condition is now in the water, so I clear all the walls. I'm sending some units in through the center now. Still trading up top, but again, I realized that my trebs aren't doing a whole lot. And now I harass. Damn, I missed the champions going here, but I killed a bunch of villas, forced the tower. Oh no, they're still here. Oh no, now I go for it. Yeah, they're actually defending the treb first, because I remember this game, but in different moments. I'm not sure exactly what happens when. Oof, those 4 champions are so MVP. I sliced down all the villagers. Defend the treb. I keep it up. I keep it up. That's huge. So I'm going to force the repairs on the castle, but he can't afford to repair. I repair the treb. And I kill... Oh, those champions won the game, basically. That's insane. He's off wood. He's got no resources. He's got no gold. I have big water play. I'm about to get the score lead. So now he can't camp anymore because I have the score lead, right? So he realizes, oh shit, I have to play the game. He tries on this side with his hussar, but he realizes that I'm about to make a huge play on the bottom. I killed the castle because I made enough distractions to the point where I can go for it. We're just playing all sides here. And the water control now being mine is huge, because now I'm killing the docks, and then the Dromans can rotate and kill this castle. So this castle is not important anymore. And then, yeah, he's got nothing. He's got no resources whatsoever. 200 score, but I'm about to get the score lead. And as soon as I get the score lead, I'm like, wait, I'm going to win this game. I'm just going to dive him. I get so much confidence, right? So he's going big with the hussars down here. But I decided, you know what? I got the water control. Let's just Roman this, and let's just go for the fight. I wanted one last big fight before the game ended. So at this point, I knew I won. I just wanted one fight for the fans. I needed it to end with a fight, because if it doesn't end with a fight, it's super anticlimactic. So this is never a good play, because I'm winning anyway. But I go for the fight just to make the last few moments exciting, and I think it was the right call. So I go for the fight. He's feeling the same way as well. He has to fight me here. Huge fights. And again, super epic. This with the crowd roaring in the back was amazing. He actually doesn't really lose the fight. He's going to win it if it continues going, but he says the GG. Yeah, GG in the chat, guys. I know obviously it's a replay, but still get some GGs in the chat. Come on, it was a nice final. And hopefully I was able to shed some nice and interesting points that you guys might have not thought about the first time watching it or watching it live. Also, I shared all the stories I had during the event as well that were like happening behind the scenes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the recap. I do want to say a few words now before I end this video, because I want this. No one really waits to the end of the video, but if you guys did wait, leave a comment and let me know that you guys waited here to the end. But I do want to say a few things. I want to say a huge thank you, number one, to the viewers and supporters, not just there in the audience, but there online. We smashed the viewer records of previous years, which is so good for the game.
We filled out the Royal Albert Hall, which was one of the best and most exciting venues I've ever seen, let alone played at. Obviously, it's the best one I've ever played at. I've played nowhere. But it's one of the best venues I've ever seen for an esports event. It was genuinely impressive. And I just, yeah, so huge thank you, firstly, to the viewers. Secondly, to Red Bull for putting this on. Like the production and the show was beyond anything I could have ever expected. And the player treatment from Red Bull, absolutely exquisite. Top notch, 10 out of 10. Nothing was missing. Everything was perfect. And I just want to say, if there's anything I want, is to have that same experience or something similar. I'm not even going to ask for better. Similar, even if it's a bit worse. From Red Bull, I want that again, man. So that's why I want to end this video by saying I loved it so much. Thank you to viewers and thank you to Red Bull. Such a good experience for me. It was genuinely like, it was, I'm still smiling thinking back on the memories that I made in this trip. And I just want to have it again. So if there's anything I can do, I'm going to work my ass off this year and just continue pumping out content and trying to grow the scene as much as possible in hopes of getting another event like this. Because I think this event, it meant so much for me. I think it meant so much to the other people that enjoyed it, be it the fans that were there live, the other players, the Red Bull staff, they're so passionate about it, right? The casters even had a good time in costume. The viewers at home loved it. I think it was amazing. So I'm going to work as hard as possible this year to try to grow this game and hopefully get another event like this. And the last thing I will say is I think this game, Age of Empires 2, needs events like this to hit the mainstream audience. Just with that, we had Aatrox, Grubby, reacting to it. These are guys that never watch Age of Empires. Even Grubby plays, but he doesn't watch tournaments. They were both tuned in, bringing in their viewers. We had the regulars, T90, Dave Mem, Red Bull, everyone. Even myself, even my channel peaked like 15,000 in the finals, which is insane. I think we need these events. Few pictures went viral on Twitter. Aatrox made a video on YouTube that has 500,000 views and still counting. These are the events that AW2 needs to get to the mainstream audience and to grow the game. So, like I said, I'll do my best, whatever's in my capabilities, to continue providing good content for you guys to enjoy and to continue trying to grow the scene, because I think that's something that I'm always trying to do. And I just hope to get another event like this. But yeah, thank you all who played a part in this Red Bull tournament. In any capacity, thank you all for doing that and for being there and for showing up, because it really matters. Every single one of you. So again, sorry for the long outro, of course, but I did want to get those thoughts out because I don't get the chance to do it often. And yeah, if you guys did, if you did stay to the end of the video, drop a comment of what this Red Bull tournament meant for you, how you enjoyed it, with who, with family, friends, etc., how you did it. Were you at home? Were you at the venue? Wherever? And yeah, let's get some discussion going around that. Yeah, hope we get another one. That's it for me now. Best event of my life by far. Absolutely loved every minute of it. We'll cherish these memories forever. Thanks for watching the recap. I'm out. Peace.